Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side-eye if you ain't with real life.
Early.
Couple people trying, it ain't even
Let's
pro.
go.
I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make-a-wishing me. I got these hoes in the fringe. They can't seem to get to me. They gotta
What up,
master
chat?
discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree.
Yeah, it's Classic with the classic codes, and I got another great live show for y'all. Shout out to Jay Zilla in the chat early. Shout out to Soft Rain in the chat early. We streaming on 4 platforms right now. Right now, we live on the Classic Codes on YouTube and Twitch and Rumble, and we are also live on Classic Codes Sports on YouTube. So make sure that y'all are tapped in with me somewhere, everywhere, to be all the way real with you. Today we're gonna be starting off with our sports takes, and then we'll move into our regular scheduled programming. We won't be on sports for too long, but just a couple of things to tap into just to keep everything alive over on the sports side. So let's move into athletes and their injury recovery. Okay, we're going to be talking about athletes and their injury recovery. We're also going to be talking about the NFL. We're going to be talking about who the bounce back player of the year. We're going to be predicting who the bounce back player of the year in the NFL will be this year. So let's start off with athletes and their injury recovery, and we'll be right back. It's the Classic Code Sports. Let's get it.
There you go. Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Code Sports. And right now we are going to head over to the Last Flight Out podcast, and we're going to be discussing injury recovery for athletes. Shout out to the dog Mike running the Last Flight Out podcast. I was actually able to meet him in person and get to know him a bit while we were out in Greece. And he told me about his platform. I told him about mine, and I rock with what they doing over there at the Last Flight Out podcast. So there was an interesting segment that's super relatable to me right now. And I actually just released the first episode of my gym vlog that's on the Classic Code Sports, my YouTube channel, Classic Code Sports. I actually just released episode 1 of my gym vlog, and I actually covered a lot of the injury recovery process that I'm dealing with myself, coming back to my regular form from a patellar tendon tear. So I think this video should be intriguing for all of us, to say the least, but particularly for me, it's relatable at the moment. So let's tap in with the Last Flight Out podcast and see exactly what they have to say with regards to the hardest injury to recover from in sports. Let's go.
The hardest injury to come back from.
What's the hardest injury you would say to come back from, recover from?
The hardest injury to come back from, I would say it's probably any type of tendon injury.
So like an Achilles.
A patellar tendon. They're not death sentences anymore, but just the nature of the injury, I think, is pretty challenging.
KD came back. Look at him, a year and a half. I mean, Clay's not the same player, obviously, but KD almost came back with no dip in his performance.
Yeah, but like you have to kind of view performance from a different lens, right? Like, so physical output versus like tactical, technical performance, right? Like KD 6'11", 7 feet, skill, can score. But then, like, again, strip under the hood. Again, not saying I know anything about his specific profile, but like you got to make sure, okay, for the calf itself, like, is that calf back to performing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they can go out. I've met some people who can't even do a calf raise, but are hooping at the high level because they had a past Achilles tear.
Yeah.
Or injury. Especially in the G, I came across it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't do a calf raise.
Can't do a calf raise, but they're hooping.
Damn. How do you even lift?
The body's amazing. So maybe they compensate through a different muscle group. They generate force from their quads or their glutes instead of like the calf, you know?
But that'll come out at another time.
It's not optimal. It's not optimal, but like maybe like you'll see it certain like movements, or like maybe that one side will be prone to like knee issues because the calf is not helping to share some of the stress. But
so let me add into what he's saying so far. He's speaking from a very educated position, I believe. I'm not positive who this gentleman is or what his expertise is, but he clearly knows what he's talking about. Maybe I should know who he is, but I do not at the moment. But I can chime in on this. When he says the hardest injury for athletes to come back from is some sort of a tendon tear. Well, that's my first major injury that I sustained on March 21st of this year. I tore my patellar tendon in my left knee, and I had no idea. I hadn't had any real serious injuries up to that point, and then for this to be the first one, it was a big learning experience for me. And to just add some validity to what he's saying, my physical therapist actually told me that recovering from my injury, which is a patellar tendon tear, is actually significantly more difficult, more cumbersome. It's a longer process than coming back from an ACL, MCL, or PCL. They said I would have been better off tearing one of those versus tearing the tendon. So he's not off base at all in regards to recovery. I'm still in the process of recovering now. I tore my knee on March 21st. I got surgery on March 26th. It is now August 18th, and I'm still probably at like 75%. So that lets you know how long of a road. And I've been going to physical therapy 2 to 3 times per week since the week after surgery. So I've been in physical therapy for damn near 5 months straight, 2 to 3 times a week, and doing my own stuff, doing my homework and stuff like that. So he not capping when he says like coming back from tendon tears, it's a whole different beast. I'm not surprised that he's saying there's people who can't do a calf raise, but they still hooping, because the way it feels, even now being back in the gym, doing some boxing movement, working on some footwork, pivoting, pushing off, planting, shifting weight, the way it feels, if you're not mentally together, your ability to trust and rebuild the mind muscle or mind tendon, mind body connection with regards to that particular body part, whether it be an Achilles, a patellar tendon, whatever the case may be, it can significantly impact whether or not you're going to make a full recovery, and whether or not you'll actually ever be the same athlete again. I know on day one, when I went into physical therapy, I let them know, hey, I'm trying to get back to being an athlete. I'm not just trying to get back to daily life. Because most people in physical therapy, they're just trying to get back to daily life. They want to be able to walk, sit down, get up, nothing too crazy, hit a flight of stairs if they need to, etc. That never was my mission. So if you're trying to get back to athletics after a tendon tear, I have a different respect for Kobe Bryant. I have a different respect for what Jason Tatum's going through it now. Damian Lillard's going through it now. And I think one more person tore an Achilles this playoffs. So those tendon tears is definitely a different monster. I just had to add that in from my own personal POV right now. But let's see what else they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that.
And just from your professional opinion, man, you're seeing all these ACL tears, man, right now in the NBA. Like, what do you, these are top performing athletes, right? Like, what is an ACL like random? Like, is it like, because you see some guys like even the NFL, I know you don't do NFL, but I'm just saying like NFL, NBA.
Yeah.
It's like you see all these top performing guys that are like going down. What do you do as a strength coach to try to prevent those sort of like,
it's this, I don't believe in like preventing the injury. Prevention is like not a real thing. It's like injury mitigation. Like, what can we do to decrease the risk? Like, there's evidence that shows, like, all right, the stronger you are, the less likely you are to get hurt, right? Like, having good strength in certain muscle groups and a certain balance between certain muscle groups have shown to kind of help protect the joint. Like, things like load management, like, not doing too much too soon, allowing for adaptation, so rest and recovery. And sometimes it's bad luck, bro.
Yeah.
So like you can do all the right things and sometimes you still get hurt. So it's tough, it's tough. It's not a straightforward answer. It's multifactorial. Things change. You have a past history of a hamstring, and that affects the way you run, jump, you land, and it's going to force you to move in a different way. Maybe that moving in a different way will stress your knee in a way that you can't necessarily tolerate. I don't know, right? So
yo, shout out to Stephanie tapping in from Twitch. Welcome to Chat 333. We sure appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to me on Twitch. I definitely appreciate you, Stephanie.
Classic.
All day long, twice on Tuesday. How's your day going so far? My day is going well. Shout out to the chat. Mr. McBride in the building, 333. Souls of Thought in the building, 333. What up,
Classic.
chat? Let's go.
It's not straightforward.
So I guess what is a Alvin DK program, whether you're a college athlete or high school athlete, and they come to you, or even a pro athlete, they come to you, what is the first thing that you're looking for? Or why should someone kind of incorporate? Do you think like high school athletes or college athletes should incorporate
absolutely
performance coach?
I had a high level high school athlete coming to see me today, and I'm talking like this kid is explosive. Like, if I show you a clip, you're like, whoa! Like, he on a break, he's trying to put people in the gym. He's jumping out the gym. He's paced. Like, he'll make a move, he'll bump, he'll spin, he'll square, he'll elevate and shoot. You don't see that kind of pace with a 15-year-old. So his genetic output is there. So in that case, like, I'm looking to see what his health is like, right? Like, what his joints are like, right? Does he have adequate range of motion in his hips and his knees and his ankles? Does he have good tissue extensibility in key muscle groups that help protect, or I would say, like, we call it like amplification and like a force? Like, can it like?
Here's the thing. They're talking about the science behind injury. Stephanie, shout out, said, glad to hear that. Just dropped you a follow. Gratitude, much appreciated. Tap in with us. We here live streaming every single day. Shout out to everybody tapping in from Twitch. Shout out to everybody tapping in from Rumble, and of course my YouTube audience as usual.
Classic.
Adding to what he's saying though, in regards to like the injuries and the injury prevention that people do, and the things that they put in place to try to shore their bodies up. You have to understand, if you play sports or do any activity at a super high level for a long enough period of time, you're gonna experience what I call a blown tire. Whether it's your ankle giving out, your Achilles, whether your knee, you tweak a hip, you tweak something, elbow, wrist, you're gonna have nicks and bumps and bruises. And if you play long enough at a high enough level, you'll sustain a serious injury. Again, referencing myself, this is my first serious injury, and I've been alive for a while. You know what I mean? But I've ramped up my activity. I do things at a high level. When it comes to certain physical activities, I do them at the level of professionals. When it comes to other activities, I do them at levels higher than the average civilian. And when you operate like that, you're resting your recovery. Especially as you continue to age, your rest and recovery and recuperation regimen is literally just as important as your workout routine. So when he's talking about noticing imbalances or other muscles compensating for other muscles and, different things like that, you want to try to address those things as quickly as possible so that the inefficiencies don't create the big pop or the big tear that you're trying to avoid. So as the thought said, we have normalized overtraining, which is not safe. I agree. But, to play at the level that some of these sports are being played at nowadays, you can't take too many days off. These people trying to figure out how to enhance active recovery days. You know what I'm saying? It's a catch-22. It's like you want to be great, you want to grind every day, but then your body needs its time to rest. And for some people, it's hard to tell them to sit still, myself being one. Let's go.
Like dampen force and amplify force. So like, do you have good mobility in certain muscle groups? And you're starting there. Most of these young kids can't squat properly. most of these young kids don't know how to like take care of their health. So you're instilling good habits in them. So like, yeah, the first and foremost is just like health before you get into all the sexy stuff. Cause at 15, one may are like, why are you doing that? Right.
Yeah.
Focus on like the weak link, and then everything else gets elevated. Right.
And I'm sure a lot of the foundation is their diet, right? Like what 15-year-olds, I mean, if you're a high performing athlete at that point, you would
Sure,
NBA or
for
college
sure.
prospect, you're probably eating healthy
Yeah, well,
anyway.
Sure. Well, you
eat
hope,
whatever.
you hope.
Well, that's the thing too. That's a great thing. I'm glad they added in your diet. Your diet can help you with injury prevention in a lot of different ways. You got some people that are youth athletes and they work out, train, but they still eat the traditional American fried food. They still eat junk food. They still snacking and doing like traditional Western, westernized people do as far as their eating regimen is concerned. Snacks, processed foods, things like that. All of these foods are inflammatory. They're inflammatory. They cause inflammation. The more inflammation, more prone and susceptible you become to injuries. They also build up fatty tissue. More fatty tissue, more prone and susceptible you become to injuries. Things like that. So it is important to have a good, hearty, healthy, wholesome diet. But even with your diet on point, even with your rest and recovery on point, you could still just blow a tire. When I got hurt, I wasn't doing nothing sophisticated. I was wide open on a breakaway, going in for a layup. I wasn't even trying to explode off the ground or try to dunk or nothing. I just went to go in for a layup. Never got off the ground. As soon as I planted my foot, boom, blew a tire. You don't. It's sometimes, like he said, sometimes it's just bad luck. But I'll tell you, it's God intervention. Because soon as I hurt myself, I said, "Oh, okay, I'm being sat down for something. I'm being sat down for a reason. Let me make the most of this time." That's what my mind went immediately. So sometimes when you do everything right, and you still being made to sit down, that's just life happening. But let's go.
You would hope. Chicken nuggets in there. Go play.
But I was saying the least was we were athletic. We was eating anything. So I'm sure if you could jump out the gym, got offered.
If you're in the NBA, like you have a full
you have a chef.
You
gotta have.
You got some people.
There's a chef. There's a dietitian on staff. Like they have their own personal chefs.
Everyone gets one
if you pay for it.
Or it's an extra add-on even as a player.
Yeah, we have a team chef, a team dietitian, but then the players will usually have their own personal chef that cooks meals for them.
Yeah,
and they coordinate with our dietitian to make sure that they're getting the macros that they need and like they're hitting their performance goals. Yeah. So it's like a team. It's like a collaboration.
That's what's up. So that was just a little bit of information tapping into a different element of the sports world. That was Dr. Alvin, let me say his name right. Dr. Alvin Dyke. Dr. Alvin Dyke is the person who was speaking on, and again, that's the Last Flight Out podcast. Make sure y'all tap in with them for dope content in regards to all different types of sophisticated conversations. Not everything with them is about sports. So you definitely want to tap in with the Last Flight Out podcast. And I appreciate Dr. Alvin going into these things in greater detail, because since I got injured, I've been talking about it and trying to explain things in a way that's, comprehensible to people who haven't gone through this. But the truth is, no words will really explain it. The pain from post-surgery, the inconvenience, the harshness of trying to get your movement back, all of that stuff. I mean, I could gas it up for you, but unless you had to go through it, I don't think you ever empathize. You can have some sympathy, but you won't empathize with it. But yeah, that's the Last Flight Out podcast, speaking on injury recovery in athletics. Yes, classic. Lord. All right, moving into the next section. I need my chat active on this now. Moving into the next section of sports. We are talking about the NFL's bounce back player of the year prediction. Don't get scared now, chat. Don't get scared now. I'm sure it's a lot of fake NFL gurus, fake sports gurus, or maybe y'all the real thing. Maybe y'all are real gurus, chat. Who is going to be the bounce back player of the year in the NFL? Obviously, this is a hypothesis. You won't be wrong until the season has concluded, or until we about halfway through, or whatever the case may be. There's no way for you to be wrong, but let's have some fun with this one. Who's going to be the bounce back player of the year in the NFL? We got one coming in hot. Souls of Thought says CJ Stroud. Okay. CJ Stroud. Classic. I like you going the CJ Stroud route. CJ here's the issue with that, right? We're making him the bounce back player. Hear me out. CJ only 2 years in. He had a rookie season that wasn't typical for a rookie season. Last year, I can't really say CJ had a down year for him to bounce back from because his receiving core was riddled with injuries. So crazy. It was amazing to see him and Joe Mixon be able to get so much done. Having guys go down, Stephon Diggs went down season-ending injury. Nico Collins missed a big chunk of weeks. My dog, what's the fast receiver name? I can't. Why am I not thinking of bro name? The fast ass receiver. I'm looking at his face too. I can't think of his name. He went down. You know what I mean? All the injuries that they succumbed to. CJ was out there working with less than a full deck for sure. So I don't know if we can say he himself, Tank Dale. Thank you, sir. Tank Dale. He went down. So it's like with everybody being hurt the way it was, I can't say CJ had a down year to be bouncing back. It's almost like the team gonna be bouncing back, and we gonna see CJ be CJ. But I like the pick though in general. Because if we remove some of the context, he does have plenty of room for improvement, right? Souls of Thought also said, or Nick Chubb. That's a tough pick now. That's a tough pick just because Nick Chubb, he built from that same stuff that Adrian Peterson is built from. He built from the same stuff. Brute strength, workout warrior, mentally strong, fortified. Seemed like he got his legs back up under him after the gruesome, horrific, terrible injury that he sustained. He has his legs back up under him. It's going to be the mental game for Nick. And Nick Chubb ain't no spring chicken. Nick Chubb is, let's see how old Nick is. Nick Chubb 29. So in running back years, he in his early 40s. In running back years, Nick Chubb in his early 40s. So he could. 29 ain't a bad year. He not 30 yet. I mean, Nick built different for sure. I think he'll be better off. Is Nick still with the Browns? Yeah, he's still out there in Cleveland, right? They ain't get rid of him. So wait. No. Nicholas Chubb, American professional running back for the Houston Texans. So they got Nick out there with the Texans. See y'all, chat, until fantasy football kickoff. I don't dive all the way into the rosters. I don't be keeping up with all the trades. See Souls on the Texans. I'm just now tapping back in. I don't keep up with the offseason. Y'all will be shocked. For me to have a sports channel, I do not be tapped in with the offseason. It don't matter till they're getting ready to play. I don't care what you did in practice. I don't care how one-handed your catches was. I don't care what the throws look like. I don't care about none of that until it's time to play. Who moved who traded who. I tap into all of that about a week and a half before my fantasy draft, and then I'll be fully up to speed. So y'all will hear me speak about this with fluidity in about 2 weeks. But as of right now, some of the players and where they moved to and where they've gone, still a little bit foggy for me. But Nick got a shot. The only issue is for him to have a bounce back season, right? Because you said CJ Stroud or Chubb. And see, we know Souls of Thought. He out there in Texas. He's out there in Texas. I know you're a Cowboys fan, but he's in Texas. So there's a little bias going on off rip. We already know what that is.
Classic.
But I'll say this. Chubb may not get the volume that he needs to have the bounce back year. Anybody else in the chat got a bounce back player of the year in the NFL? Anybody else? I'm going to tell y'all mine, and I'm not budging off mine. I'm going to tell y'all mine right now. My bounce back player of the year in the National Football League is Tyreek Hill. Yeah, the cheetah. I think Tyreek Hill is about to bounce back in a major way. He had statistically one of the worst seasons in his career since he's, risen to prominence. And I think without that hand, what do you have, a hand injury or a finger or a wrist injury or something like that? I think without that injury, because he should have got shut down last year. Like they should have shut him down and just let him heal up. But without that injury lingering, and Tyreek been working on a lot of different things, track and field and all of that. So we know he's in premium shape for the season. I think Tyreek Hill is fitting to come back in a major way. I think we're going to see the return of the Mac. And I ain't going to lie to you. I think Tyreek, he ain't going to... Shit, can anybody say 2,000 yards? Reek out the. He's still out there in South Florida, right? Shit, Reek might get 2,000.
Classic.
Souls of Thought said Kelsey too. Nah, Kelsey done. He cooked barbecue chicken. That shit over with. Yeah, it's a wrap for Kelsey. Yeah. Nah, what we seen from Kelsey, that's what it's about to be. He not coming back to what he used to be and all that. He done got that Taylor Swift stimulus package money. You see what I'm saying? He done got him a couple Super Bowls. He feel good about himself. He getting these last couple years of collecting these checks out the way, and he off it to the sunset. Travis Kelsey not returning back to form. That one I don't see. It's over with for Kelsey. Him being washed will just make him an average tight end, right? I'm not saying he's gonna be trash, but the Kelsey we know, the tight end that essentially is a receiver at the end of the day, when you look at volume, catches, yak yards, touchdowns, essentially he operating like a receiver. Them days for Kelsey is a wrap.
Classic.
That shit over with, chat. Souls of Thought said, as long as he stays single. No, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Classic.
It's hard to stay hungry when you sleeping in silk pajamas. I'm just letting it be known. Souls of Thought said, you have to see his recomp boy in shape, and Pat didn't play well. I don't care what type of shape he got in. I ain't gonna lie to you, Souls. I don't care what type of shape you got in. Travis Kelsey, he hit that switch that you can only hit one time. When you hit that deceleration switch, when you hit that switch and then you try to ramp it back up, nah, man. Football, one of them sports where when you turn it down a little bit, one of them young boys, they already in contention for your spot. You don't really have a long time to be bullshitting in football. One of these young, hungry lions is gonna be in contention for your spot. Because Kelsey backup ain't played bad last year.
Classic.
Hello. The number 2 tight end in Kansas City did not play bad last year. Holla if you hear me now,
Classic.
chat. If we can get 85% of the production out of him that we getting from Travis, and we got to pay him 75% less, bring him on in. Let's unload this capital. Travis Kelsey, it's a wrap. He regular now. He regular. No, single was Tyreek. Oh, you saying Tyreek got to stay single? Well, listen, I don't think Tyreek ever had a girlfriend. He just had a lot of baby mamas simultaneously.
Classic.
Tyreek had like 4 chicks pregnant at the same time. 4 got quintuplets. On God, indirectly.
Classic.
That boy, hey, spread your seed and multiply, thus saith the Lord. But I got Tyreek as the bounce back player of the year, chat. I think Tyreek coming back with a vengeance. You said he was married. That ain't had nothing to do with all them skeezers he was running around with. Tyreek was single, man. He was married on paper. Folks was single.
Classic.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Tyreek Hill was married on paper. He said last year, before the divorce. Oh, before DV. Yeah. No, I'm knowing. But I'm just talking about the way he was moving. Because they could put the paperwork in place, but shit. Tyreek was out here moving totally different. Totally different. He was moving like he can't run out of money. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you what. He got all them kids he made, that divorce, the DV charges, whatever, all that stuff going on is expensive. So I got Tyreek Hill coming back playing like he hungry again because he is. Everybody got their hands in the pot. So he need a bigger pot.
Classic.
Tyreek finna come back. Tyreek Hill, this is my prediction, my bold prediction for the NFL season. Tyreek Hill finna come back playing like he need one more big-ass contract. He gonna play this season like he need one more big one. Matter of fact, let's look up Tyreek Hill contract situation. Let's go ahead and see what's to it. Tyreek Hill contract in. Okay, Tyreek Hill's current contract with the Miami Dolphins is set to expire at the end of 2026 NFL season. He initially signed for a 4 years, $120 million contract in 2022, which was later restructured. The restructured deal, worth up to $90 million over 3 years, was agreed upon before 2024 season. Yeah, Tyreek finna come back playing like he need one more bag. I'm rolling with Tyreek Hill as the bounce back player of the season in the NFL.
Classic.
That's what I got. Anybody else got a bold prediction on this? The bounce back player of the year. Souls of Thought, thank you for chiming in with yours. He said Nick Chubb, CJ Stroud, or Travis Kelce. Those were his predictions. I'm rolling with Tyreek Hill. I got one prediction. Reek. Yeah. And I'm glad this year in fantasy football, I should be able to get him in the second round. You used to have to pick him first round or you wasn't going to get him at all. I mess around could get Tyreek in the second round. Maybe even the third, depending on which draft it is. You know, some people got more sense than others, but I don't see him as a risk. I see him as low risk, high reward. Tyreek Hill is still Tyreek Hill. Anytime you're a receiver with a finger injury, that shit matters. Having a finger injury at other positions in the NFL, not so much. Tape it up, splint it up, do whatever you got to do. But being a receiver, having to catch that thing, his hands already wasn't the most pure. Then you give him a hand injury on top of that. Of course he dropping the ball. Of course he not getting separate. You know, he thrown off. Everything was thrown off. I think Tyreek had a lot going on mentally. But I've been following him. I've been following him, not the Miami Dolphins, but I've been following him a lot this summer. And Tyreek seemed to have his head screwed on straight. He seemed to have his mind right. And I think as long as Tua Tagovailoa learn how to step out of bounds or slide and can stay on the field, Tyreek and Jalen Waddle stand to have big years, but Tyreek being the biggest of them all. No Puffy, no P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
But yeah, that's my sports take. And that's my prediction on the bounce back player of the year in the NFL, Tyreek Hill. That's my final take on that. All right, chat. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all see the purple light special going on. Classic got a hot date. Yeah. I got a hot date. Time to go slide on Bay. River TV. This video is called She Proves Modern Women Know Nothing About Men. Now, I'll say this. I have not watched this video. I have not watched this video in its entirety. And so I'm not 100% positive exactly what River's takes on this are going to be. But I stand to feel like I know what direction she going to go in. But let's check it out, chat. Let's see what's going on here.
Cheat on their women all the time, aka serial cheaters, are 1,000 billion% gay.
River TV. What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So I was actually sent this video from TikTok to my Instagram. I have not watched the entirety of the situation. I had only seen the follow-up video, I guess, but I did not see the initial. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, pause, play, then give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on this entire situation.
Men that cheat on their women all the time, aka serial cheaters, are 1,000 billion% gay. And being gay is more than okay. But what's not okay is dragging women along through your journey of trying to figure out your sexuality.
I will not be gaslit. 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 See, women like this, these be the ones that are making
natural born crash dummy.
Because off the rip, we come in the dough, just not making any sense at all, right? Everybody that's tapped in from Classic Code Sports, we about to move this live strictly on the Classic Codes on YouTube, Twitch, or Rumble. Classic Code Sports, that live is ending in 3, 2, 1. We grateful for you tuning in. Slide over to the Classic Codes. Slide over to the Classic Codes on YouTube, Twitch, or Rumble. This woman here is already inflammatory, okay? She talking about men who cheat on their women with women on a regular basis are somehow a member of the FMNOP community. She talking about these men are somehow on some type of a journey of exploring their sexuality because they cheating on her. I will not be gaslit. I will not be gaslit. Let's go, River.
Right? That's not okay. That's not okay. It's clear as day that you don't like women like that. You might like how they look. I'm a heterosexual woman.
I'm gonna let her continue the foolishness, okay? But sometimes I really wonder, like, what causes these kinds of thought patterns. Like, I've heard the saying before, like a man who, harms a woman or puts his hands on a woman. I've heard that saying, that same statement that she's saying about men that are like that. That's a different era, because I think he's literally actively showing how much he can't stand you, don't like you, and maybe taking his frustrations out on you because of whatever he has going on. That would even that is a stretch, but it would be more understandable, right? But being that a man is constantly, a serial cheater or cheating on women, I would kind of get the impression that he is just maybe not monogamous.
Classic.
That's the impression I would get. I would get, maybe you're not monogamous and you are trying to force yourself to be something that you are clearly not. Like, to me, that's more of the stance that I would take on that situation. But as far as, she's going down so deep as, like, you're searching for yourself and you shouldn't be harming women, in the sense of, while he's literally like dealing with or playing with or talking to all kinds of different women. I don't know. I don't get that, but maybe she has more details.
I'm amazed by women's beauty every single day, but do I want to be with them? No, I don't. And that's the same thing for men. They like how women look. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Women are beautiful. Women are beautiful, but you don't like them for real. And that's why you keep laying down with women over and over again, because you're still trying to convince yourself day in and day out, maybe this one will do it. Maybe this one will be the one that I can convince myself that I actually want to be with. And then it doesn't work out, because the true desire lies in a place for you.
Yeah, this is gaslighting. This seems like she recently was cheated on, or has been cheated on a slew of different times by multiple people. Whatever the case may be, I don't have any way to prove it. Everything I'm saying is alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment only. But it seems as though this woman has a traumatic past with a couple of unfaithful men, or maybe one particular unfaithful man. And this is an attempt to gaslight him and anybody else who may behave in similar ways. This is the number one thing that women used to do to gaslight, right? When they're upset with a guy, they attack his sexuality, right? They call him, they make him seem like he's a QRS, TUV brother or something like that. You know what I'm saying? One of the alphabet people. And Soft Rain said, I have no words. And that's a woman, ladies and gentlemen.
Classic.
No, don't get speechless. Don't get speechless. This is a member of the sisterhood. Don't get speechless. Come on, come to save the day.
Now, I've had the privilege of having, conversations or talks around or surrounding men in spaces that, like, a lot of women may not have been privy to. And, one thing that I know for sure is that when men are visual creatures, correct, right? Men see a woman, they're like, well, she's beautiful, she's stunning. And it doesn't end at just looking at it, right? It ends at the opportunity to experience it. If you guys are catching my drift of what I'm saying. And I think that women who have this ideology that if somebody cheats on them, that they must be into, men, because there's no way you could be cheating on me or my homegirls when we're the pick of the litter, don't have the understanding that, yeah, you might look good, but there might be somebody else out there who looks better. And even if they don't look necessarily better, that's an experience that a man did not have. Men are in it for the experience. They're not in it to just look at you and admire you from afar. That's not necessarily how it works. Everybody has, the same thing, but they're not all created equal. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. I'm trying to be as clean about it as I can. And so I believe that, this type of mindset is only for women who don't understand exactly how a man's mind actually thinks.
River, I'm going to push back a little bit. I'm going to say I don't think it's a lack of understanding. I think it's narcissism. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with her. That could be something that's a part of the recipe of how you arrive at this mental disorder that this woman is displaying. But I think it's narcissism. Definition of narcissist: a person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. You understand? Let's look at the overview. Let's look at a narcissist overview real quick. Let's just do it, chat. We got to be thorough because we here to crack the codes, right? Narcissist overview. A narcissist in psychological terms refers to someone exhibiting narcissistic personality traits, or in more severe cases, narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissism is characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. While everyone can exhibit narcissistic traits occasionally, true narcissists consistently display these behaviors and struggle with interpersonal relationships and emotional regulation. This woman is saying because a man is unfaithful to her or has been habitually unfaithful to her, that somehow he must like other men. So in order to cheat on her, you must be not straight, right? Is what this woman has arrived at. And so when River says it's rooted in a lack of understanding, I don't know if it's rooted in a lack of understanding. I think it's rooted in self-absorption. But let's continue.
Because if you did, you would know that a man who is like this is more prone to actually really like women. So much so he can't contain himself. And, you know, in a space that, you know, it is not welcomed for men to, you know, 100% express that they don't want to be monogamous, although they still want to deal with you and they want to deal with her and they want to deal with that one over there. They're forced into this space of having to pretend to be monogamous while actively practicing polygamy or polygyny, I believe.
Yeah, you got it right. River looks so good. She colored her hair and everything. Shout out to River TV, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Good God. Souls of Thought said she has an inflated view of herself. Absolutely. You know, I had to be thorough. He said, I said all that in one sentence. Yeah, but I had to be thorough, you know, so that way we can't be tested and challenged later on our views. This is narcissism at its finest. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, bye. So men are upset with me. What's new? Because I said men that are serial cheaters, not men that have had a weak moment because they are weak and they don't have sexual discipline.
I want to comment on this before I let her continue. Is it, she's saying, you know, not men that are weak and have, you know, a weakness and don't have discipline and stuff like that. I think that would be putting all of these things into one category as to why men step out of relationships. And I don't think that is, it's not a one size fits all. It's not a moment of weakness. It's not that he can't control himself. Like, there's so many different facets as to why men step out of relationships that women never get to really hear or digest because of their inability to listen to when men are speaking about their experiences in relationships. Like, they don't want to hear it. If a woman steps out, they will tell you, oh, it's because he wasn't doing his job. Like, somehow it would have to be the man's fault. But if a man steps out, it has to be, oh, because he's so weak. It could never be, you know, based off of what he had been experiencing. But I'm gonna let her continue.
Yeah. Before we let her continue, this is why having a platform is a responsibility, right? Because she's regurgitating information. We've heard this before, chat. We've heard this before. Let me show y'all something real quick. We've already heard this. The rhetoric that she's utilizing, it actually comes from a man, a very popular, well-known, high-paid, pandering man. He's a high-level panderer to the point where I've even supported his business. Y'all know this guy? Y'all know him? Do you guys remember when he said this? This is replayed information. Check this out.
Separating you from this conversation.
Okay.
A lot of men, a lot of heterosexual men don't like women for real. They don't. They like women sexually, but they don't like women. They're not attracted to what a woman is outside of her sexual organs. So then when we get into why a lot of men womanize, or why it's just they're minimizing a woman based off of who she slept with or who she potentially can sleep for, because it's like you haven't gained the appreciation of the wholeness of a woman yet, and what that wholeness of a woman can bring to your life. A lot of times we'll talk about strength and we'll say men are stronger than women, but that's because we value physical strength. We're not.
Yeah. So as full of shit as he was right there when he said that, this woman here that's repeating after him and taking it to another level, she's just as full of shit. She's got diarrhea. Okay. She's letting the shit come out. Okay. And it's involuntary. Look at her. She can't even control herself. Look at this chat. Look at this chat. This dude, he talking about men don't like women for real. They only like them. Shut up. You know, when people say stuff that don't make sense, sometimes you just got to tell them to shut up. All right. He's full of it. And this woman is full of it. She took what Ace Metaphor said in regards to heterosexual men don't like women for real. They just like them physically. They don't like the wholeness, whatever the fuck this means, the wholeness that comes with the woman and all that. And then she takes what he said and goes a whole nother mile and says, if you hitting too many chicks, you must like dudes. Don't nobody make sense today, chat. Nobody makes sense. But we're going to let the foolishness continue.
A man that seeks cheating, a man that is dedicated to consistently disrespecting the woman he is in a committed relationship with. I said those men are gay, okay? Then you guys want to say you're homophobic. No. Do not put that on me, okay? I said gay. Okay, more than okay. We love the gays, okay? What's not okay? Boo, is playing with a woman's emotions and health. Doesn't matter if you are cheating with a woman or a man. When you are stepping out on somebody, going behind their back, exchanging bodily fluids with somebody else, multiple people, you are playing with that person's health, okay? So you cannot convince me that you like women when you are with a woman who loves you and is pouring everything into you, and you are consistently playing with her emotions and health. And not only that, if you go to the comment section of that video, you will see that many women have said that they have dealt with a serial cheater and that they have found out later down the line that their boyfriend at that time or husband at that time ended up switching sides.
Yeah, a lot of women lie. Okay, a lot of women lie. They make up things. They create scenarios that didn't necessarily truly go that way, but it sounds good, and so they all jump to the same tune. So I can't take any of those women's word for it. I got to be honest with you. I can't. I'm not saying that there might not have been like some off occasions where that was the truth, but I 100% can't take every single woman's word for it. Again, there is this narrative out there, like obviously if somebody has a plethora of experiences, eventually they get bored, and so they go to other, but I can't say that would be the example for the majority of these situations. I cannot say that 100%. I can't say that. Now also, when it comes to somebody, you know, stepping out and being intimate and not protecting themselves and putting somebody else at risk, I 100% agree with that. Right? I agree that is something that somebody should not do, because stuff out here is real, okay, and dangerous, and can stay with somebody for the rest of their days, or it could shorten their days. And so I 100% agree with that. I would never, you know, disagree with that, 100-fold. However, I don't believe that when these men are stepping out and doing these things, that is on the forefront of their mind. Doesn't make it right, wrong, or indifferent, but I genuinely do not believe that is anywhere even in their mindset, because if it was, they would also be wanting to protect themselves from that, because, you know, of course they love themselves. That's not the thought process. They're not even thinking about you. They can absolutely love you and still do those things because they're not thinking about you. If you're not at the forefront of their mind, you're not, you know, somewhere in there, you know, especially when it's these kind of like superficial dating relationships when they're younger and they're just committed and you're their girl, and it's not even like their marriage, you know, lifelong partner that they've been with for like 10, 15, like it's so many different ball games. So many different ball games. So I completely disagree. I see why she got the backlash, right? Because you're attacking people who have experienced certain things, you're literally trying to say that they are having troubles, that all these people are having trouble with who they really want to be with, which is just not true, right? That's just not a one size 100% you can stand there and state that is facts situation, because it's just not
facts.
It's just an opinion that you formulated maybe from you and your homegirls.
Facts.
And
go ahead.
maybe whatever truth you feel like you found out is also could be something that's formulated. I'm just saying.
Yep. Make sure y'all tap in with River TV. I wanna look at something, because my dog Soul said, "What up, P?" P said, "Just hopping in. What I missed, man? A little bit of everything, whole lot of nothing. We got a lot of show left, man. Welcome to the party, dog. Chat 333. Shout out to the dog Perry. Jay Zilla said she's happy with her results. That's why she's reversing psychology to get some internet wee. Oh, okay. I hear you. I don't think that's what she's trying to do. I think she's rage baiting. But Souls of Thought said, I would love to see her profile. Well, this is the classic codes, and I just happen to have the files. Let's take a look-see. Let's take a look-see, chat. Does this woman fit the description of one who, this is the very first picture on the Instagram, chat. We monogamous with these? Do these get monogamy, chat? Talk to me. Do these get monogamy, chat? We monogamous with this make and model, chat? Huh? Check it out, chat. We monogamous with these? Huh? Hold on, chat. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Nothing too crazy so far. Nothing too crazy so far. Besides, I mean, pinning this, it's not even pinned. This is just recent, huh? July 31st, out doing some Top Golf. She not dressing overly revealing. She's still doing the tooch. This from August 3rd. Okay, let's scroll. Let's scroll. Y'all let me know what y'all think, chat. Was she rage baiting or did she mean it? We bringing these home to mommy, chat? This make a model make it home to mommy? This what some of y'all like. I know Jay Zilla in the chat. He like, shit, I'll do it. Uh-oh. Look at this picture right here. Cakes first. Oh, it's a video. I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't a whole lot back there either. She ain't really dragging much, chat. It ain't too much following behind her, chat. Here we go. Yeah, it ain't too much back there, chat. It's enough to work with, but it ain't. She all right looking lady though. I don't know, chat. You bringing this home to mommy? What we doing? I ain't looking at the comments yet. Y'all go crazy. Nope. Not my mama. Nope. Look at all. Look. That motherfucker just out, ain't it? What we doing, chat? This the make and model? I'm just asking. Because normally when it's like this, chat, the ones that be tweaking about the cheating, they be doing the cheating. She look faithful? This giving faithful, chat? It should say on the market to me. Advertisement. Yeah, advertising. What we doing, chat? I tell you what, though. I've seen worse. I'm going to be objective always. I've seen worse. She got 16.5K followers, so I can't say she doing it for the gram, right? That ain't running up no bag. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say she doing it for the gram. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Souls of Thought said, nope. Yeah, y'all not bringing that home to moms. Y'all not bringing that home to mom, Dukes. He said, you could tell a lot about someone's thumbnail. Yeah. Say that.
Classic.
Say that, P. You can tell a lot now. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Jay Zilla said, faithful, 100%, I can't say. What you mean, faithful? Who? Her? You think she faithful, gang? You think she faithful?
Classic.
Man, shout out to Jay Zilla, man. We gonna get you straightened up. He's still giving every woman he meet the benefit of the doubt, man. He's still giving them all the benefit of the doubt. We got to get his mind right, chat, before he get it. We got to get his mind right before he get his feelings hurt. He talking about yes. No, dog. Somebody talk to him. Who? Hey, chat, who's gonna tell him? He said faithful. He said faithful. 100%. I can't say. You think that's loyalty? You think she loyal? All right. He said, I wonder how X and TikTok look. Oh, we got the. You ain't say no more. I ain't in no hurry. You know I got the files, dog. Hold on. Let's do it. You wonder how TikTok looks? Well, here it is. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, chat. Yeah, you got the right one today. It's the codes, man. Let's figure it out. Let's see what else she be talking about. What else do you talk about?
He gifted me about 10 gifts, mostly designer. Would you believe me if I told you I met a man and within 10 days he gifted me about 10 gifts, mostly designer gifts, like handbags, jewelry, passport holders, just a bunch of random shit, right? And I let him know from the beginning. I was very transparent. Hey, I've been abstaining. I will not be laying down with you. I can accept the gifts if there's not an expectation for me to lay down with you. He says that's fine. You know, he just wants to date me. He wants to get to know me. Okay, cool. Let's do it. After about the 10th gift and not getting anything out of me, he decided to send me a really long text that I decided I would not be responding to after I read the third sentence, because it was just a bunch of, you know, you don't show me no affection, aka you're not laying down with me, and no need to respond. I was already not going to respond, but I didn't respond, and because I didn't respond, he...
Listen, this woman is inflammatory, chat. This is inflammatory. Listen, we're 2 for 2. River covered one post. We go to her TikTok. I just click on a post at random, and she talking about finessing. That's finessing. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear, well, she told him up front that she didn't want to lay down with him, and he still... But I don't want to hear it. If you know that you're not interested in a man in a certain capacity, don't accept nothing from him. Yeah. He may be naive. The man may be a little green. Shout out to Jay Zilla up in the chat being green for these females that we covering.
Classic.
He might be a little green, but you as a woman who know better, you know not to take advantage of a man like that. But they do it anyway, don't they,
Classic.
Chat? And then got the nerve to have a video talking about men who cheat on a regular basis, and then you a finesser. Jay Zilla said, come on, souls. She has a lying problem. She probably cuddles his wrist. What does that even mean? Souls of Thought said, ain't she the one DeAndre left overseas? I'm not sure. DeAndre who? Aiden? Or Jordan? Jay Zilla said she'll be abstaining again. Man, she ain't abstaining now. Nigga, they abstaining when they don't like you. You hear me? If a woman tell you, a grown-ass woman, because this woman right here, she's not short on bodies. I'm not going to say what I think her body count is, and I don't know her body count. I have a hypothesis in my head that I won't share with you guys. She's not short on bodies. Anytime a woman tell you she's celibate or she abstinent, the percentage of her being honest with you about that is probably like 2%. The other 98% of the time, she just don't like you like
Classic.
that. You. Somebody else can still get it. That abstinent shit'll go right out the window if the right looking fella, right smelling fella, right talking fella, right money having fella, the right fella pull up, all that abstinence and celibacy, that shit go out the window. That shit overgone. You hear me? Souls of Thought said Aiden, however you spell it. Yeah, DeAndre Aiden. I heard he left somebody over the water. I don't know who. Let's give her a shot.
The most unattractive thing you could be as a woman is an insecure woman.
Oh, please.
I never thought I'd see the day where I would become a TikTok shopper, but women truly don't recognize how much power they hold. You have the portal of life between your legs, and you're laying down with a man that doesn't even deserve a text back. You're giving children to men that don't want to be fathers, just want forever access to you. I can't help but to laugh when a man brings up friends with benefits, because what's the benefit for me? Are you paying bills? Are you going to pay my car note?
Come on, chat.
Are you going to pay my rent? No? Oh, okay. So what's the benefit? Because you're going to finish. I'm not. When you're checking up on me, you're not actually genuinely checking up.
Okay. We hearing the truth now, chat. He gonna finish, she not. So that means she been getting weak. She been getting weak eggplant out here. The eggplant ain't been hitting for her. The eggplant ain't eggplant.
Classic.
Because for her to say that, listen, friends with benefits, the benefit is the same on both sides. Talking about, oh, what's the point of women doing friends with benefits? What are you getting? He's only getting something. You getting this D. I'm getting the P. You getting the D. Fair exchange ain't never been a robbery.
Classic.
Fair exchange ain't never been a robbery. I don't owe you nothing past that. I'm getting the P. You getting the D. That's the benefit.
Classic.
But no, not today. You got to come off that bread. And there's a word for it. It rhymes with prostitution.
Classic.
Yeah. I've had enough of this lady. I've had enough of her. I think our investigation is thorough. Just like I said earlier on when River was still on the screen with her beautiful hair coloring and all of her wonderful rhetoric that I love to listen to so passionately. Okay, when River was on the screen, like I said earlier, the woman is just simply full of shit. And that's that on that, chat. We're not even gonna make it no more complex or more nuanced than that. This chick is full of shit. She has some traumatic experiences, and now she out here on the internet putting on like a woman who been knowing better. No, you learn just like the rest of us. You went through that fire. The only issue with being celibate or abstinent as a grown-ass woman is if you had a hoe phase. I respect a woman saying, you know what, I'm gonna put this thing on the shelf for a while because I want to be intentional about what I'm doing. If she don't have 15 bodies on her, if she doesn't have 20 bodies on her, if you can't count the wee-wees you done took on fingers and toes, you can go ahead and take celibacy and abstinence out your vocabulary.
Classic.
What I look like? No. Now I'm talking to the fellas. What you look like? What you Soft Rain said, and it stank. It looked like it don't.
Classic.
Yeah. Hold on. We got comments. Copy, repeat. Gotta love her. Souls of Thought said, man, we seen enough. She has 6 at best with that forehead. She's trying to go viral. Yeah, she's definitely gaslighting.
Classic.
Rage baiting and gaslighting. Souls of Thought said, just check her numbers in a week. On God. Soft Rain said, and it stank. Funny as hell. Zayzilla said, roster too far to tuition. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, you can't. If your body count past fingers and toes, God bless you. It is what it is. The decision's already been made. I ain't here to beat down on nobody, but you could forget about telling somebody to wait until any time. Wait until you ready. But if you're talking about wait till marriage, wait 10 months, wait on what? Man, John, Ray, V-Roy, Robbie, Joseph, Mike, Jimmy, Harold, John, Cordero. Nobody had to wait. Nobody had to wait. And then you sit across from me, pun table, eating food on my dime, and you telling me what I can't have and when I can't have it after somebody that already been blessed with, I don't know if it's a blessing, but then already tapped into that without even needing the pen. They already done swiped that card without needing the pen. Now you telling me I got to get the pen?
Classic.
We're not going for that, chat. We're not going for that. So we done on this one. River TV, she I think she labeled this video properly. This woman proves that women know nothing about men. I don't know about women in general, but I can definitely tell you the stupidity is strong with this.
Classic.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be gaslit. I ain't gonna crash out because I know what she's trying to do. But yeah, man, that's over with. That's over with. Shout out to River TV. Make sure y'all tap in and hit that subscribe button. Yeah. All right, y'all. So we got another reaction video and we got a question of the day. But let's switch up and go to the question of the day while I still got some of y'all in here. Question of the day. Which deceased artist would be most viral today? Interested to see what y'all got to say. And I want some elaboration on this, chat. Which deceased artist would be the most viral today if they were alive? Any artist. It does not have to be a rapper. I know rappers pass away most frequently, but what deceased artist, if they were still here, they would be however old, but they would have the internet going nuts. They would be too viral. They would just be hella viral. Charleston White level viral. 607 Unk viral. Like just viral. They would just stay viral. Constantly popping up in clips. Constantly popping up on your TikTok, on your Instagram Reels. Popping up on your YouTube Shorts. What deceased artist would be the most viral if they were still around today? I'm going to get a chat a chance to weigh in. I know y'all thinking hard. And again, it does not have to be a rapper. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Who would be the most viral today if they were still alive? And take their age into account, obviously. Ooh, that's some heat right there. Swinging hard.
Classic.
He coming in hot. My dog said left eye. Gave it some thought for a second, too. You think so? That's not an artist, Jay Zilla. Artist, musical artist. Let me add musical. Musical artist. Musical artist. Which one would be the most viral if they were still here today? Jay Zilla said Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory was viral before he died. But he ain't write no raps and he ain't sing no songs. So I want to know which musical artist would be most viral. Shout out to Cortez tapping in 333. We here.
Classic.
We here. We on the question of the day today. And I need to have, I think this opens up for great conversation. Jay Zilla said left eye 1000%. No stealing answers. Who you got? Musical artist. Which musical artist? Does not have to be rap. Emphasis. Any genre. But what musical artist would be the most viral if they were still alive today? Souls of Thought said she was a trendsetter and ahead of her time. Yeah, I ain't gonna beef with you. I think left eye was an amazing answer to bring to this conversation, especially for your first shot. Jay Zilla said John Witherspoon wrote some music. Come on, man. Answer the question straightforward, bro. Just answer the question as it is, bro. John Witherspoon, a fucking actor, gang. Come on, bro. He trying to make this shit difficult. He gonna name everybody that's not a musician.
Classic.
That's why you be falling for these chicks that's finessing too. Get your mind right. Tighten up, Jay Zilla. Cortez Brent said left eye would be viral as fuck for a lot of reasons. Y'all stop stealing answers. What y'all got, man? What y'all got? Left eye wasn't the only one captivating. I appreciate the reverence for the answer. It was a fire-ass answer. Shout out to Souls of Thought. Souls of Thought said Michael Jackson would be loved by the LGBT community as he was when he was here. But Michael wouldn't be viral like that because Michael wouldn't be doing interviews. He still had that old school, he had that old school star mystique where you couldn't just see him, you couldn't just bump into him, you couldn't just catch him on a live stream, you couldn't just nothing with Michael Jackson. That's why the energy, that's why people used to pass out. Oh my, that's really, is it really? Oh, just fall out because you couldn't, the inaccessibility, you know what I'm saying? I think Mike would have been playing the background like he always did, just pop out for the big shit. Okay, I'm gonna jump out once every however many years. I'm gonna give y'all whoever got the big platform, Mike might give him a conversation. You know what? I'm gonna give Shannon Sharp a conversation. He need my help right now. He losing jobs, he losing endorsements. Mike will say, I'm gonna go sit on Shay couch. I'm gonna give Shannon Sharp a conversation. Then you don't hear from Mike for another 5 years, 10 years on an interview. It's something extensive. Yeah, Mike couldn't get clipped up enough to be super viral. But I like what you said, though. He would definitely be beloved by the LMNOP boys and girls. Cortez said Kurt Cobain. Okay. How do you think his presence would be? Elaborate on that, Cortez. Why you feel like he'd be the most viral out of all the artists that are deceased? If he was still here, why you feel him out of everybody? No wrong answer. I just want some elaboration on it. Just want some elaboration. No wrong answers here. Kurt Cobain, Souls of Thought, Young Dolph for sure. Come on. Hey! Come on now.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2". Classic.
Come on, man. You know Dolph will be viral. Dolph was viral for that before he left. R.I.P. Dolph, man. That hurt different. Y'all know he from Chicago. Yeah. Dolph from Chicago. Do your own research.
Classic.
That boy from the crib. On phone now. Cortez said Michael had a tour that would have changed the world before he died, but Michael wouldn't be viral. No, he played the back. I agree. He played the cut. Michael had that old school star mentality. You can't just bump into me. You can't just see me. You can't just hear from me. And when you do, it's going to be special type shit. Jay Zilla says sober Juice WRLD after the OD. Now you coming up with hypotheticals and shit. When you ever seen Juice WRLD sober? When you ever seen Juice WRLD sober? No disrespect to Juice. Rest in peace to Juice WRLD. But sober Juice WRLD, you creating an image of a person that we never even got when they was here. He just can't answer this question straight.
Classic.
He just can't answer this question straight. I will not be trolled today, and I will not crash out today. I'm gonna be cool today. Souls of Thought said we already have him. Post Malone. Ooh, is Post Malone sober? I know he be saying he's sober, but then when I see how he behave, I'm not sure. But Post Malone not viral like that either, though. His music be going up. Like when he dropped, his music do numbers. His tours do numbers. Definitely super talented. But Post Malone not viral, though. Tupac was my answer. I was waiting on somebody to say it. If Tupac was still here, he'd be the most viral artist out of everybody that's gone. Tupac would have elevated Black Lives Matter. Depends. Once he found out what it really was, I think he'd have got off that boat quick. But until he found out what it was, probably so. But Tupac would be super viral. If Tupac was still alive, Tupac was viral when we didn't even have all this shit. So you give him a TikTok or a Twitter, it's over with. You understand me? It's a wrap. Cortez said Kurt Cobain had a lot to say to the common man, and this generation of sad boys and girls would have loved him. Post Malone doesn't come close. We have a debate, I see. We have a debate brewing. Soft Rain. Okay. Aaliyah coming through. Now, just asking, because there's no wrong answers. In what way would Aaliyah have achieved virality? Because she was gentle, soft-spoken with it, real cool. She used to be on her fly shit, laid back. So I'm asking you, what lane would she kind of been like? You think she would have been viral on some like Beyonce type shit? Like whatever she do, whatever she posts, it just go. She'd have been viral like that, just on some women are obsessed. Because I'll be real with you. With the way females loved Aaliyah, with the way women loved Aaliyah, and this is a bold statement, all alleged for content creation purposes and everything, and I understand the conspiracies that are associated. I ain't even going to get into that. But I just want to make a bold statement. With the way women revered, and girls revered Aaliyah when she was here, Aaliyah passing away is what made space for Beyonce to be Beyonce today. If Aaliyah doesn't pass away, you replace Beyonce's name with Aaliyah's name when it comes to reverence amongst the sisterhood.
Classic.
Like right now, how people be like, y'all on Beyonce's internet, or Queen B said this, or they be acting like Beyonce's word is like the gospel or some shit, or whatever she wear is like the thing to do. I remember when she put that blonde in her hair for the Little Country album, had all you dark skinned ass women out here going to go put a fucking straight Asian blonde wig on y'all heads, looking like a damn fool and
classic.
Shit. following behind Beyonce. At least if women was following Aaliyah, God rest her soul. At least if women was following Aaliyah, she would have had y'all in some fly shit. Aaliyah wouldn't have steered y'all wrong. Okay, since all of y'all following me, I'm gonna have all of y'all fly. Beyonce be having y'all ass out here looking stupid. She be having y'all doing shit she don't even do when she not in public. Beyonce saying all the single ladies won't leave her man for nothing. You understand me? She a send-off for real. Out here in Chicago, we call that a send-off.
Classic.
When you got me doing some shit with your influence that I wouldn't do myself, you a send-off. Yeah, Beyonce be sending females off. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me see. Post Malone is a swagger jacker. Okay. Don't do. Listen, why you be beefing with people on my channel, Cortez? I got a chat full of crash outs. Jay Zilla don't want to answer the question, and he want to go for all the chicks you ain't supposed to go for. Cortez stayed name dropping on my channel. Souls of Thought been in a chill mood today, but last week he wanted war. I'm coming to the conclusion that I just got a chat full of
natural born crash dummy, and he go crash out. He go crash out.
Yeah, I'm convinced. Soft Rain said his quotes would rain. Whose quotes? Tupac? Yeah, Tupac, man, listen. Tupac can go viral now for some old shit. If he was here, man, it wouldn't. Tupac passing away made space for Kanye to have his voice work like it worked. If Tupac was still here, people would listen to Kanye less. Do that make sense to y'all? Not his music, his rhetoric. If Tupac was still here, people would listen to Kanye less. Just like if Aaliyah was still here, people would care. Beyonce would still be successful. Don't get it twisted. Beyonce would still be successful, but she wouldn't be Queen Bee. Aaliyah already had that shit sold up. You understand? And then Aaliyah, also, if she still was alive, had that whole, if she ever would have came clean with all that them grown men had done with her and put her through and et cetera, she got that good old-fashioned victim story. You know, in America, we love a good victim story. She got that victim story too. Man, Aaliyah wouldn't have been able to do no wrong if she was here. Chat, I ain't gonna lie to you. Viral, I had to see it. But as far as reverence, man, it would have been unmatched. Cortez said, can you argue with Tupac being a choice? Or cannot argue with Tupac being a choice, but it's the obvious choice. I mean, it's a few others, though. You could say if Nipsey was still here. Nipsey was super viral before he left. Nipsey probably the most clipped up artist for talking next to Kevin Gates. Souls of Thought, it wouldn't have gotten tainted with him. What wouldn't have gotten tainted? I think I missed it when you were saying that. What wouldn't have got it tainted with him? Souls of Thought said, name one thing without Chat GPT. Dame would have ruined her or even Diddy style. Whoa. Why you doing that to Dame?
Classic.
Souls, I just said you was cool. You joining the Crash Out Coalition, bro? I just said you was cool.
Natural born crash dummy, and he go crash out.
I just said he was cool. Damn. Soft Rain said she would be top. She would be the top of R&B. Yeah, I think Aaliyah would really be running shit. And part of the reason, part of that is why I think she gone. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think that was no accident. All alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. Soft Rain said she danced too. Very well. And she had that sauce. She had a lot of swagger. She had more natural charisma than Beyonce. Beyonce shit is manufactured to me. Propaganda made Beyonce what the way y'all look at Beyonce, that's propaganda based. Aaliyah had that shit naturally. I ain't gonna lie to you. Aaliyah was gravity. Cortez Branch, Freddie Mercury and Selena are close number twos. You got to explain to me. I don't even know who Freddie Mercury is, but you got to explain to me how Selena would be viral. Because I don't recall her being a heavy media person. See, some people were heavy media people. You see what I'm saying? Like Tupac was heavy in the media. He did hella interviews, hella sit downs, hella conversations. So he's that type of person. I don't recall Selena being super accessible. Tupac was a publicly accessible person. Like this time and day today, he would have went crazy. Tupac would have took off. Said, man, I was typing that. LOL. You was typing what? Oh, Selena. Cortez shook hands. Soft Rain said Tupac. Y'all like this topic. Let's get it. Cortez said a Tupac versus. Tupac versus who? Oh, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, Tupac. I don't know how long he would have stayed on that Black Lives Matter movement. Souls of Thought for Kurt Cobain. Ah, okay. Selena was extremely opinionated. See, I don't recall her being the type to just stay in front of cameras all the time and shit. You think she would have been like that? Selena for sure. Okay. Y'all got me. It's been a minute since I watched the movie. I try not to watch it. It's very, very sad for me. It's very, very sad for me. Selena's triggering because I had a lot of people close to me that just ain't close to me no more. So it just make me think about certain shit when I watch that Selena movie. Very sad. Cortez Branch. Selena was heavy media. That's how she got famous. That's why there's a whole cultural phenomenon movie about it. She was always doing interviews. I got you. Like I said, it's been a minute since I watched the film, man. Like watching Selena was like watching the Passion of Christ. You just need to see it once, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't need to see Selena, over and over again. I'm super good. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit hit different for me. I had very envious people real close to me at a point in time, and just thinking like, them normally be the ones that can, finish the job if that envy gets strong enough. You understand
Classic.
me? So that Selena hit hard. She was to the Latino community, but is that enough to have high level virality in today's time? He said you way behind. Yeah, y'all talking today. Cortez said Freddie Mercury was the lead singer of Queen. I don't listen to them. I don't know what they talking about. And also the most famous LGBT dude in the world while he was alive. We Will Rock You song. Okay, I heard that song. We Are the Champions. Okay, I heard that song. I date a lot of Latinas. Nah, for sure. I just don't know if I know Selena was big within the Latina community, and I know she became more prominent in her passing. But do you believe today niggas will care what Selena talking about? Or would it just be the Hispanics? Soft Rain said Pop Smoke, just based off trends. He was pretty viral before he passed. You got an argument. There's no wrong answers here. Pop Smoke, I like you bringing up somebody younger, more current.
Classic.
I like that. Cortez said, yes, look at Bad Bunny. What about Bad Bunny? I don't see Bad Bunny popping up on no TikToks or no Reels. I just see Bad Bunny having hella success whenever they drop music and tour. But I don't see the person being viral. Nipsey must have been said. I said Nipsey. Nip was super viral before he passed, though. So, you really have to think about who passed that could have been even more viral than what Nipsey already was, because Nipsey was super viral before he passed. Cortez Branch, the Latino community pushed him in everything. He's on WWE, for goodness sakes. What, Bad Bunny? Yeah, but he's not viral, though, bro. I don't be seeing Bad Bunny come through my algorithm ever for nothing. And I listen to a little, you feel me? I listen to a little, and Bad Bunny don't be sliding through my algorithm. And the movie Bullet Train with Brad Pitt and a bunch of other celebrities. What they got to do with virality, though? Souls of Thought said I wasn't sold on Nipsey. You might want to go back and tap in. Rain, give me a Pop Smoke song without using technology. LOL.
Classic.
You got to add that now. Hey, tell me this without using ChatGPT. Bad Bunny is the most famous Latino on earth right now, but he's not viral, though. He's the most famous Latino on earth, and he's not viral, which is why I push back on the Selena comment. Because a lot of times the most famous Hispanic person on earth only be mattering to the Hispanics on earth. Canelo Alvarez ain't viral, but Mexicans love him to death. Jay Zilla, James Brown come back like a hot, James Brown up
Classic.
there. There you go, Jay Zilla. Redeem yourself. James Brown might win this whole shit. James Brown might be more viral than Tupac. Bring James back. I'm sold. Oh, I'm sold. Yeah, I'm sold on James because James was talking too much shit in the music. So I'm sold. Don't let James get a Twitter. James Brown, I'm bad. I'm mad. Get down with my girlfriend. That ain't right.
Classic.
Yeah. I'm fucking with James. Soft Rain said, "What you know about love?" Dior. Yeah, look. She said, "I got a couple songs for you. Mood swing." She was really listening to Pop Smoke. Heck, you talking about souls? What is you talking about, souls? She really was tapped in. Huh? She really was tapped in, souls. Don't test her. Don't test her like that. Souls of thought talking about you seen it on your search. Y'all so crazy. Cortez said he is, bro, but he's not in your algorithm, bro. That nigga is not viral, bro. Viral means he is in everybody's algorithm. Not everybody, but you get what I'm saying? Like Bad Bunny, for him to do the numbers that he do the tours that he do, have the number of fans that he do, bro, that dude don't slide through my algorithm for nothing, for no wise words or wisdom, no nothing, bro. He not viral. He's just successful. Drake's not viral. Drake ain't viral. When the last time you seen, that's what I'm saying, Cortez, like you could be a huge artist and have huge success as an artist, but when you talk, does your talking go viral? Drake is not viral. Drake can sit down with anybody right now, do an interview, and do, unless he say some wild shit, motherfuckers gonna clip that shit up for a week. They're not gonna clip it up for 6 months, 8 months, a year. They're gonna clip that shit up for a week. We still coming across Nipsey clips. That's a fact. Souls of Thought said you seen it on your search. James Cortez said James Brown is that. Yeah, James Brown might be that boy. James Brown got Ray Charles beat, Souls. James Brown would be way more viral than Ray Charles right now. Facts. James Brown?
Classic.
That might be the one, chat. Don't start no mess today, Souls. He already on that. I told you all the crash outs pulled up today. We got a hell of a show.
Natural born crash dummy. And he go crash out.
All the crash outs in here at once. It's always rough. We can't have James again. Once was enough. His interviews are still viral. That's what I'm trying to tell. James might be the answer. Question of the day. Which deceased artist, we talking about music, would be the most viral today? Genre aside. Now I got a white boy for y'all that was stealing from us, but he might be viral. That boy Elvis.
Classic.
That boy Elvis. Somebody say something. Somebody say something. That boy Elvis might have had what? Hey. Bad Bunny's virality is only in his performances. He not viral. I'm sorry. Anybody else here think Bad Bunny is viral? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Somebody help Cortez make his argument. Is Bad Bunny viral to y'all? And Bad Bunny's still alive. So I don't even know why we talking about Bad. But Bad Bunny's not viral. Jay Zilla says Sam Cooke and Elvis are both going to do way too much. Hey, listen. Elvis and James Brown come back. Which one of them will be most viral? Because Elvis used to pop shit. Souls of Thought said Ray would have the snow bunnies. Ray already had the snow bunnies. Ray don't know what color they is. Ray was hitting shit based off hands. Cortez said Elvis could challenge James Brown, but James edges. I agree. I think James got Elvis. Souls of Thought said Elvis. He got Elvis. Souls of Thought said Elvis would be more viral than James. Now he do have a complexion for the selection.
Classic.
He does have that skin tone. He has the skin tone advantage, ladies and gentlemen. Souls of Thought said, with that said, most of the last few would have destroyed themselves by drugs. Damn. Souls.
Classic.
Souls. We just trying to have a conversation, brother. We just trying to have a conversation, brother. He trying to break the record today.
Natural born crash dummy.
He trying to break the record. He started out slow and ain't let up since he hit the gas. Cortez Branch. James was more unhinged, but he was black. Elvis got that slice of white. It matters. This is America. Don't get just living though. Jay Zilla said Sam Cooke had his way with all them boy wives. Move around. What they got to do with virality? Y'all Y'all getting off the subject. Cortez says, at Souls, that's why they dead now. Oh my God, fellas, what the fuck?
Classic.
What are we doing?
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
What are we doing? And then he gonna put LOL. That's why they dead now. LOL. That's funny, gang. That's not funny, bro. What are we doing? Man, my bad. Y'all got it. LOL. Y'all really think this funny? Y'all, hey, the chat is sick. The chat is sick. Cortez said, I see no less than 10 James Brown memes a day. Yeah, G. James him. Soft Rain said, I had a blind customer come through my checkout line when I was a cashier back in the day. He used to rub my hand and say, I know you a beautiful chocolate woman. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Ray Charles ain't know what he was tagging.
Classic.
He ain't know what he was tagging. Ray was telling the females, hey, baby.
I'm only gonna do this once.
That's what you telling her. They own it today. Yeah, hey, what's gotten into him? April, the fellas is tweaking. Cortez said, I'm laughing out loud right now. I know, because y'all sick. Y'all really sick. We're talking about, yeah, they would have been dead from drugs. Yeah, that's why they gone. This not funny. It's not funny. My final answer, I'm riding with Jay Zilla. After all the tweaking he did today, he got the best answer. I'm riding with James Brown at 1.
Classic.
All right. I got James Brown at 1. At number 2, I'm going Elvis.
Classic.
And then at number 3, I'm going Aaliyah.
Classic.
That's my consensus on it. Jay Zilla said Sneak Door Cook would be hanging with Charles White. Charleston? Cortez Branch, Brown, Elvis, Pac, Selena, Cobain. I'm gonna let y'all have that Selena shit because I don't know about that. I don't see viral Hispanics, bro. No disrespect to the Hispanic community. But like a lot of times, they stars only be mattering to them. And I'm not trying to say that in no bad way. That just be true. Like they stars only be mattering to them largely. I don't know how viral. I don't know if Selena would have been coming across my algorithm unless she was doing that little Shakira.
Classic.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, and she thought motherfucker in a circle. I'm gonna watch it, but her talking and all that, I don't. Because what was Selena talking about? Hispanic politics, the corrupt government, beefing with the cartel. Like, what was she really talking about? Was her issues that she was standing up for? Were they pressing issues that the black folks could get with? Y'all gotta bring me back up to speed because I fuck with Selena, but as far as like the details of her rhetoric, I haven't. Again, I watched that film probably twice in my life, and I don't need to see it again. Shit, kind of triggering for me. But yeah, I got for the top 5. I'm going Brown, Elvis, Pac. No, I'm going Brown, Elvis, Aaliyah, Pac, and then in that 5th spot, I'm gonna ride with my dog Pop Smoke. I'm fucking with Soft Rain.
Classic.
I'm gonna ride with my dog Pop Smoke. Cortez, Jennifer Lopez wouldn't be as famous, and both Jennifer and Shakira both stole Selena's acts. Selena was from Texas, and she threw that rump. Yeah, she was gonna be in my algorithm for shaking that motherfucker. She was gonna be in my algorithm for that. But what she was talking about, I was gonna miss all that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care what she talking. What's she talking about? Mexican politics? I love Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Mexico more times than I probably could count. But I don't care what Selena was talking about. I really don't. That's like Shakira. I don't care. I don't know nothing Shakira stand for, believe in, nothing. All I know is when she put them hands up like that and she get to doing her little, you feel me? Yeah. The hips don't lie, and I thought you hear me,
Classic.
Yeah. But that's it for the question of the day, man, because y'all will stay on this one all day. I guess I had a good question, huh? What we talking about? Women's rights and Mexican-American politics. Now, the Mexican-American politics wasn't going to have her viral. But anything she said about women's rights, with the feminism movement being how it is, she'd have been
Classic.
Up there. I can't argue with you no more on that. Selena would have, if she would have tapped in with the feminist movement, she'd have been up there. But beautiful conversation. I appreciate y'all. I got the best chat on all streaming platforms. I'm talking about the best chat on Twitch. I got the best chat on Rumble. I got the best chat on YouTube, chat 333. I appreciate
Classic.
So look, Jay Zilla said Cook gonna tell a story in the music too. Viral that's not viral. The stories you rap in the music, that's not, I don't think y'all get what I'm saying by viral. Now, James Brown was a good answer. Don't push your luck. We don't care about that. That's not gonna have you viral. Show me the last person. You know who go viral for the shit they say in their music? Joyner Lucas. And he's still low level viral, like very low level viral. But Joyner Lucas actually goes viral for the type of songs that he make. But for the most part, that's not what we talking about. And Joyner Lucas ain't even top 20 viral now, and he's still breathing. Cortez with the 333. What up? But yeah, that's it on the which y'all jump in the comments on the rewatch of this edited version of this video and let us know which deceased artist would be the most viral if they were still alive today. Let us know. I'm anxious to see what y'all say in the comments as well on the rewatch. What we got? Last one. I just opened IG and a James Brown meme popped up during this convo. That's because your phone listening, gang. That's because your phone listening. All right, y'all. We got a reaction video. I ain't shorting y'all today, man. I came to work now. I came to work. We got a reaction video, and this is gonna be based on the title of our actual stream today. Slide over to work-life balance or get rich. We're gonna slide over to Anton Daniels' channel. We're gonna slide over to Anton Daniels' channel and see exactly what he's talking about in regards to this rhetoric. This is, I believe this video is actually about a month old, and he's actually covered this topic multiple times. But I'm going to tap into this one and see exactly what he means and see how much I agree. I haven't watched this at all whatsoever. Me and Anton are closely related when it comes to astrology. So when it comes to discussing work-life balance and all of that, I have a feeling we're going to agree, but let's see, chat.
Housework, taking out trash, and you doing housework, taking out trash, and you know what I'm saying? You trying to let the kids see you every day. Got to go get this money. You hanging out at home, nigga. You hanging out at home like it's fun there. You seen every part of that house. You only spend time in 2 parts of the house, bedroom and the kitchen. You want to go be friends and shit. What you think? You gonna be walking in the park every day? What, y'all taking walks together or something? Nigga, y'all just there. You just there. Going, man, I'm out. I'll see you on Tuesday. And then I'll be back on Thursday. And then I'll also spend Saturday. I'll spend Friday night and Saturday morning. Sunday, I'm back at the studio and we doing what we do, baby. I'm not about to be sitting there kicking it with you all day. All day, I'm about to just be kicking it. Because if I'm kicking it with you, that means that you can't go to the gym and go and be working out and taking care of your business. You ain't out doing what you're supposed to do. You're going to have to go and complete some projects that I got set up for you. And I don't want to babysit you. And so I still want the projects done, but I want you to be able to do what you got to do. I'm going to be honest with you. Rita, I can't even say it because it's a surprise. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody about to be sitting up under you all day. Nigga, my daughter don't even want to sit at home all day. She be like, Dad, I'm about to go. All right. Check in. Give me a check in the next couple hours. Let me know how everything is going. You got your fine mail? Yep, I'm out. What you think? I'm about to be sitting at home waiting for people to get home? Man, get out of here with that, bro. Get out. Y'all need to, if y'all start being real, maybe I need to bring Wednesday nights back or doing some having some real conversations about relationships so I can teach y'all how your grandmama and how your granddaddy stayed married for the last 45, 50 years. So I can teach you how to be married for 2 decades successfully. So I can.
Hey, he not lying. Space is everything. Space is everything. It was frozen. Oh, yeah, we should be good, Cortez. He said we good now. Cool. Space is everything. I agree with him. The title of this video is F Work-Life Balance, Go Get Some Money. I agree with him. If you haven't already achieved your deep breath moment, if you don't know what I mean by deep breath moment, go tap into my playlist on code languages and look for the deep breath moment on my channel and see what I'm talking about on the classic codes on YouTube. But if you haven't already achieved your deep breath moment, as a man, most of your 24 hours of most of your days should be spent working. And that don't necessarily all mean physical, hard, brute labor, but it should be grinding in some capacity. You work whatever your 40 is that bring in benefits and stability, and then whatever you got going on the side needs to be nurtured and grown and curated, cultivated, and built up. That doesn't leave a lot of hours or minutes left in the day for the wife and kids if you got them, for the girlfriend if you got them, whatever your situation is. When you get to a certain point, you probably could ease your foot off the gas a little bit because you got some residuals coming in, you got some passive coming in, you got a little bit, you got some shit going on. So you can kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit. But until you get to that point, you should be mashing the gas. All gas, no brakes. That work-life balance, that shit for the birds. This almost ties into the live stream I did a couple days ago where the woman had deleted the guy's NBA 2K character, and he had the whole setup. He had the shit like me. My man had lights. He had the camera. He was streaming. He had his headphones with the mouthpiece. His players was in the 90%. Looked like he was making good money on 2K. It looked like he was making good money on 2K. Woman deleted his players talking about you don't pay me no attention. You don't give me enough time. Same woman that sent him out the house to go get her some food. If he wasn't putting in that time on that game and putting in that time at that job, he wouldn't even have had no money to go get you your food. He wouldn't have had no money to pay for that roof over y'all head. He wouldn't have had the resources to even acquire your attention potentially. But you want so much attention from him that you a shortstop his grind? Let me tell you something, fellas. A woman that want your time over your grind. I'm going to be clear about what I'm saying. I'm talking to the fellas now. Ladies, y'all take what y'all want from this. I'm talking to the fellas. A woman that wants your time over your grind. Not your, okay, out of a week, how many hours of free time do you have? Free. Whatever that is, she want a piece of that. That's a good woman. A woman that wants you to take time away from your grind and delegate it to her, especially if she's asking for you to do it on a regular basis and not a special occasion, that ain't the woman for you, champ. You cannot achieve greatness with a woman like that. You can't. You may be able to be good. You may be able to be average, maybe a little bit above average, a smidge above average, but the dude who putting in all the time, he's single and ain't thinking about no females. He locked in, or he got a female that's on his side and he not single, but she's on board, meaning whatever the grind is, she adding to it, finding ways to multiply it, offering ideas, pouring in, sowing seeds, spreading the word. They gonna step on you every time, gang. You're gonna get washed out. As men, we understand. I'm talking to the fellas right now. As men, we understand that we are in competition. It's involuntary. Now you can join the game and play, or you keep acting like you ain't in, but we all checked into the game. And you are in competition. You in competition for your job. You in competition for your broad. You in competition, gang. If you don't think you in competition, you outside your rabbit ass mind. I ain't gonna lie to you. And if you think that you're gonna get ahead of the dude that's devoting everything to this shit, whatever it is, even this, Anton could talk. He could talk. He one of the few people I know that do content that drop more content than me. And I just got in this shit, but he one of the few people I know that drop more than me. But will it stay that way for long? Probably not. We got the same personality type. You not gonna outwork me, gang. You not gonna outwork me. You not. You that's watching this right now. Was you up in the gym at 5 in the morning? Was you up meditating at 4:45? Involuntarily. Nobody got a weapon in my head making me. Was you up doing that? Getting that out the way? You miss a meal? I ain't eat yet today. I had to come get on the stream. I had shit to do. I was trying to figure out the Rumble. Now we got the Rumble going. We on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Had to figure out the Rumble. Had to figure out a couple other things, do some edits, get y'all this gym vlog out. The gym vlog on Classic Code Sports right now. Go check out the first installment of the gym vlog. I had shit to do. You think you're gonna get ahead to me? You think you're gonna get ahead of me? You think you're gonna get ahead of me by doing your daily little couple of videos you gonna do, and you just put them joints out, but you're not gonna double back and do the night stream, or you're not gonna stay up and do the morning stream, or you're not gonna, we gonna outwork you. We gonna outwork you. So if you want work-life balance, that shit gonna reflect in your checking account balance. You hear me?
Show you how to keep your ass out of child support court. The reason that she don't like you no more, the reason that y'all marriage broke up. I asked a question last night. I said, why are people's marriages dissolving after they got married? Because we was talking about Dwight Howard and the chick that they got divorced after 6 months, even though they had been talking for years. And it's because y'all start being in each other's face too much. Y'all not dating. Remember when you was dating? Remember when you was in a relationship with somebody and everything was cool all the time, but now you have resentment towards each other. She fat, you broke, and y'all can't figure it out. It's because y'all in each other's face too much. It's because y'all see each other too much. You're not productive. She not productive. And so don't nobody like each other. Now you in child support court. I could teach you how to keep yourself out of child support court, how to keep your relationship, still get rich, and still be able to live a life that's fulfilled. You can have it all. You can have your cake and eat it too. You don't have to be an incel. You don't have to be mad at women. You don't have to be broke. She don't have to be fat. Y'all don't have to do none of that stuff. You can have everything. She can have a phenomenal life and be great. You could be rich and she could be fit. You could be rich and you could be awesome. Y'all could make sure y'all have a phenomenal relationship and the kids is going to be happy. You can have all of it. But if you think that I think that my mental health is going to be based off of spending time with a chick, you got another thing coming, bro. Somebody said getting rich ain't life. From a broke nigga. From a broke nigga.
Classic.
I looked at my bank account today, bro. I was just absolutely disgusted. I said, Jesus, what in the world? How does a human make so much fucking money? Do you know what it's like? Let me help you, and then we're gonna get into the rest of the show. Do you know what it's like to be rich? Nigga.
Yeah. Yes. Next question.
When you are rich, let's say
next question.
2 days ago, I fucked up, right? I made a really bad move, and it was like, damn, it's messed up. You know what I'm saying? Everything is fucked up. The next day, it didn't fucking matter. Because if I lose $50,000, I can go and look at my bank account and say, man, that brokerage account got $6 million in it. I have, $7 million in real estate. I have this and that. Like, I'm not affected. I don't suffer. My mistakes ain't mistakes. It's just hiccups. And then I go and eat some more. What are you talking about? It's the best feeling in the world. There is no better feeling than being rich.
Nah, he's a goddamn lie. Yeah, I had to disagree. I feel him on get your bread. Like the main message, make something of yourself, achieve your level of greatness, get you some bread, secure financial freedom. I'm with all
Classic.
that. But the statement that there is no better feeling in life than being rich is cap. It's cap. Let's just bring it down to a reasonable level. Fuck all that 6 million here, 7 million there, 20 million there. Let's talk to the regular American person, right? Because that's some old 0.5% shit. What's the point of talking to such a minuscule, percentage of the population, right? Let's just talk on a regular level, the base level of just a regular human being. Have you ever been inside of a store that you can afford everything in? Like in this store, based on the money that you make, you could buy what you want. You can actually go crazy if you want to. Let's say you make $250,000 a year. You don't really do nothing with your money except invest, save, and try to find ways to escape taxes. But you shop at H&M. Inside of H&M, you a millionaire with that type of bread. You understand? Money provides options, just choices. So instead of going to the dealership and having to pick between the black one and the blue one, you might could say, I can't decide, give me both, right? If you're just that wealthy. But when you say there's no better feeling than having a bunch of money, you're lying. I'm going to tell you why he lying. To my understanding, Anton's parents are both still alive. But had one of his parents or one of his close friends, somebody who died that he loved dearly, I'm talking about they was like this. And if he haven't lost nobody that close to him yet in life, God bless him. But let's just say that's the case. Most of us have lost somebody that's super meaningful to us. Say, hey, man, put that brokerage account, that $6 million brokerage account, we going to reduce that down to 0. But we let you get a week with your homie. Your homie that you lost, we give you a week with him. Bring them back and give you a week with him. We're going to put that brokerage account down to 0, though. That's the exchange. Get a week with your dead homie, and we put that brokerage account to 0, or you keep all your money and say, forget what buddy talking about. Most people going to say, fuck that money. Bring my mama back. Fuck that money. Bring my auntie back. The best feeling that you could feel in the world don't cost money. The best feeling that you could feel in the world don't involve money. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the best, and this is my opinion. Y'all can tell me what y'all think the best feeling in the world is, but the best feeling in the world to me is mutual reverence. That's the best feeling in the world. Mutual reverence. Let me look that up. Let me look that up for y'all so you understand. Reverence. Definition of reverence is deep respect for someone or something. The verb version, regard or treat with deep respect. Mutual reverence is the best feeling on the planet Earth to me. When I run into somebody that got the same respect and love for me that I have for them, there is no greater euphoria. Second best feeling in the world, busting a nut. Second best feeling in the world, besides mutual reverence. Letting one off. Ha! Some money, tying the greatest feeling in the world to something that comes and goes, that can be gained or lost, dropped, fumbled. I think that's a dangerous game, chat. I think that's a dangerous game. Souls of Thought said his dad's no longer with us. I bet you he'll empty that brokerage account for a week with his dad. I bet you he empty that account for a week with his dad.
Classic.
So don't tell me about no bread. The best things in life have forever been free. That's not changing. It's not going out of style. Cortez Branch, he said, I don't like that statement. There's better feelings. I agree. And they don't cost anything. I go in Five Below often. Yeah, you're a millionaire in there. You're a millionaire in there. Living within your means is wealth. If we just talking money, living within your means is wealth. Just stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Chill. You can live a comfortable life if you just chill. But no, been brainwashed, been conditioned. These glasses Anton got on. These glasses that Anton got on his face right here. Them glasses probably cost him $1,000, $2,000. I don't even know who made them, but they probably Gucci or Louis or somebody famous. He loved Gucci. They probably Gucci, Versace. He probably spent $500, $600, $700 for them glasses. I can go on Amazon right now, find glasses that look just like those for $7.99, and they'll be delivered by 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, by between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. for $7.99. The only difference, they still gonna be plastic and shit. I could still go get my prescription put in them. The only difference is they just not gonna have the G on it. It's not gonna have the LV on it. It's not gonna have a little symbol on it that they upcharge your ass thousands of percent for. So the concept of like being rich is the best feeling in the world. You got life fucked up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I disagree with him on that. But a lot of his sentiment I agree with. I just disagree with that ideology. People like that you can't trust. If somebody tell me getting rich or having this bread, having all this motherfucking money This the best feeling on the planet Earth. I don't trust that person. It's a price on everything with you. I know how people like that think. It's a price on everything. How much it costs for you to stab him in the back? What's the ticket? I could write anything on this check. What's the ticket? We know you would do it. You about that chop, right? That's dangerous. Let's go.
I can't think of one. Not off the top of my head. I can't think of one. Not your kids doing well in school. Not your parents saying you a good person. Congratulations. Not getting an award. Not the key to the fucking city, nigga. It's always gonna be about getting rich. Always. That is a feminine perspective when I see a man sitting there telling you that you can't be rich. And let's be clear, because everybody try to make it seem like just because you're rich, you can't be a good person. No, you can have good character. Plenty of people in the Bible, most of God's greatest people had an abundance. Y'all need to grow the fuck up, bro. I'm tired of these men being sassy and weak, talking about, oh man, I want to share responsibilities. No, nigga, I just want to win. When I go, and let's say if I go and buy a game or something like that, I automatically buy all the skins. Do you know what it's like to be able to give your friends raises? Do you know what it's like to be able to give bonuses because you like people that work with you and they doing really well at what it is? You can't even help nobody, nigga. You can't even help yourself. Do you know what it's like to have a $100,000 credit card bill and pay it off? Like, do you know what it's like to know that your kids will never have to worry about going to college, and if they want to, they never have to worry about student loans? What are you talking about, nigga? Rich, you change your whole family's dynamics. My mom can go on cruises and stuff. My brothers get great gifts and cars.
Man, all that shit he talking about don't even cost that much money. Cortez Brandt said, my old stream setup came from Five Below. I'd average $150 a stream during the pandemic with a setup minus the PC and etc. That cost me less than $25 one time. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Souls of Thought said, like I said before, he is able to speak on both sides of his neck due to his wealth. I just pray there is never a turn of the tables. Well, the thing about the tables is they always turn. But I want to test something that he said, because he said most of the greatest people in the Bible had abundance. And so I just did a quick chat GPT search. I said, were the greatest characters in the Bible living in materially abundant lifestyles, right? Because back then, obviously, they didn't have the same currency as today. So being rich back then would be like having a bunch of land, having a bunch of livestock, having a bunch of farmland where you growing, fruits and vegetables. Like having things like that would be considered wealth in biblical times, not necessarily currency, right? So I just pulled up a few people. Abraham did become materially wealthy through livestock, silver, and gold, right? Abraham did. Moses, however, he was raised in the Pharaoh's palace, as y'all should know, right? But he ended up spending 40 years in the desert as a shepherd before leading Israel, depending fully on God. He was not materially wealthy. David began as a shepherd boy with nothing. He became king and lived with abundance, but his greatness is tied more to his heart after God, his courage, and his songs, right? The prophets, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Elijah, most lived hard lives. Elijah was fed by ravens. Jeremiah was thrown in a pit. Isaiah faced rejection. Their greatness was rooted in delivering God's message, not comfort. Jesus, the ultimate example, he deliberately rejected material abundance, right? The apostles, Peter, Paul, John, almost all lived with very little. Paul made tents to survive, suffered beatings, prison, shipwreck. Their richness was spiritual, not material. You understand? Then it says the pattern. The Bible doesn't demonize wealth, but greatness is in God's eyes, consistently flowed from faith, obedience, humility, and service, often in spite of material lack, not because of abundance. Now, this same Bible that he just spoke of, he lied. I knew he was lying, but I just wanted to pull something up to actually read to y'all because we like to fact check shit around here because the main goal of this channel is to crack the codes, right?
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
So when he said most of the greatest people in the Bible lived with abundance, that was just flat out a lie. And fundamentally, I understood that, but I wanted to read that to y'all. So back to what I'm saying, the best things in life have always been free, and that's never going to change. That's never going to change. So it also says in the word that it's harder for a rich man to inherit the kingdom than it is to fit a camel through the eye of a needle. That's scriptural as well. So when you just start talking out this, you know what I'm saying? Like what my man, Soul said, he talk out of both sides of his neck because he has wealth. He said, I just pray the tables never turn. Well, according to scripture, it will, right? So Cortez Branch, money cannot buy you everything. It only improves certain areas when it's used correctly. Money is a tool. Money is options. Simple and plain. It's options. And for some people, too many options, it could be to their detriment. You need options without discipline. You'll live a short lifespan. Cortez said he's also wrong about the Bible. Yeah, I just proved it. You already know. You already know we was gonna get to the bottom of it. Because listen, when he said it, this is the thing. I've read the Bible multiple times from front to back, multiple times, but I forget shit. It's a big book, it's a long book, it say a whole lot of shit. I forget shit. Shit, every now and again, I'll forget a whole book. It happens, right? But when somebody say something, I always assume, okay, maybe they understand deeper than I understand. Let me go fact check it. I just cross-referenced it. The shit just not true. It's just not true. So be about your money? Yes. Be all about money? Hell no.
They birthday and shit. What you talking about? You can fulfill people's dreams. You can change people's lives. Do you know what it's like to go and get $5,000 out to the streets and give it to homeless people and know that you changed somebody's trajectory of their life?
No, but I know what it's like to give out 400. I'm not giving 5 bands to the streets. Niggas had the same 24 hours as I did. But I'll give out some bread to a bunch of, homeless people here and there, whatever the case may be, just to help them get through the day or through the week or something like that. But you had the same 24 hours as me. Now, everybody got a story, but I ain't finna go give out no racks. Like, at some point, you gonna have to get up, get out, and do something. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And not even blink an eye because you don't even care. Do you know what it's like to take everything that's in your bank account and give it away, knowing that you're gonna get it all back tomorrow?
Shout out to Ye. What up, bro?
Classic.
That's what it's like being rich. And I'm not even as rich as I think I should be, but at this point, it don't even matter anymore because I already know that it's coming. Decatur ATLian says brag session. Facts. Brag session. This is to make sure that we filter out the niggas that got a broke mindset, a poverty mindset, and the niggas that's really wanting to win.
Damn.
I love it when
Ye said he definitely the nigga that'll throw that shit back in your face. Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't listen when people be saying they all about bread, like, bread. He just said getting rich there's no greater feeling in the world than being rich. Niggas like that, I don't take money from. Niggas like that, I would not accept no money from. First chance they get, they gonna let you know, and they may not put your name on the bullet, but they'll let you know midstream. Yeah. I got people talking about getting this money ain't a big deal, but at the same time, I let them hold $10,000 that I ain't got back. They won't put your name on the bullet, but they'll get on that with you. Yeah, see, people like that, I'll never take a dime from. I'm cool. I'm gonna figure some shit out. I'm cool. Cortez said, dudes wouldn't spend money on women if the money was better than feeling the woman. Come on, dog. You ain't did shit but make sense. You ain't do nothing but make sense. Ye said, nigga ain't seen gardens in Japan.
Classic.
Come on, man. It's different types of conversation. But listen, people who think like what he talking about, he'd just say all us just talking like broke people. That's what he would say. We all just talking like broke people. But here go the thing about this. This the tricky thing, right? And I don't want to get too far off because he's talking about being about your bread and being about your mission instead of like quote unquote work-life balance. That part I'm with. But prioritizing money past a certain point is to the detriment of a man's spirit. It's to the detriment of a man's emotional regulation. It's to the detriment of a man's relationships, how he views relationships, etc. You can't prioritize that shit past a certain point. Money is the root of all evil, is it not? I mean, he brought up the Bible, not me. You see what I'm saying? Let's go.
See grown men say, I don't like it when you brag. I don't like it when you broke. You stink, nigga. You got a poverty mindset. When you come around people that got money, we turn our nose up at you, not because we think we better than you, because you stink. I love it when I see dusty people get mad at the fact that people get rich. That's why we in America, nigga. We not in Kuwait. We not in some communist place. We in a place where you work as hard as you want and you can make as much money as you want. Nigga, you broke because you broke. You broke because you broke. You're broke because you just got a dusty mindset. You a broke mindset having, I want to be sleeping on another motherfucker's couch ass bitch. That's what you are. Broke ass niggas. Plug my stuff up.
Natural born crash dummy.
You was poor in your mind before you was poor in real life.
He go crash out.
Why don't nobody like you? Because you always budgeting, nigga. You never tipping. You always budgeting, you never tip. Because you broke. Always.
Ye said he was a loser in high school. I ain't gonna hold you. He said he been cool the whole time, but the way he talking right now, it definitely lacks a level of universal understanding.
Classic.
Because a lot the truth of the matter is most people aren't broke because they have a dusty mindset. That would be like the people in the areas of the country who get poor education through their particular part of the public school system. I could say inner city Chicago in some places, depending on which schools you're talking about. I could say inner city in a lot of areas where it's low income and stuff like that. They're just not educated with the information. The biggest difference in the wealth gap between this person with $10 billion and this person that make $40,000 a year is information. Information and application of the information. That's it. That's the biggest gap. And I think once that's why you see more millionaires being born every day than we have in past times, because people are now that we're in the age of information, people are getting information, they're implementing the information, and then they're also saying, hey, I got the lick. I want to share this information with you. Everything legal. Let's run up this bag. I got the details. I got the info. I know how they doing it. Let's do it. That's the biggest gap. It's not because motherfuckers just want to be broke and dusty. I think this portion of this conversation that he's having, this is from his Millionaire Morning Show. Make sure y'all tap in with Anton Daniels' Millionaire Morning Show. I think this portion of it is him crashing out about some shit being said in the chat and probably some other things that he reminiscing on internally that's got him triggered this way. But yeah, like I don't understand the concept of like punching down on people because they're naive to certain things that they could do to change their circumstances. Now, for the people who have the information and just lack discipline, lack motivation, those things, then yeah, by all means, you get what you earn. But just to punch down on everybody, like all people who aren't doing well financially is because of their mindset or because they was born to be dusty or some wild ass shit. That's kind of crazy because he went broke and moved back to his own parents' house. So he just got to chill a little bit. Life is all encompassing. There's ups, there's downs, there's highs, there's lows, there's learning experiences, there's timelines, and everybody's timelines, their ups, their downs, their highs, their lows, their learning experiences, their touch the stove moments, all of that shit hit at different times, different windows, different phases for everybody. And it's due to an amalgamation of different reasons. So I think he's being a little harsh, but I mean, shit, we're here to hear him out. Let's go.
Scrapping and scrapping and saving and taking bottles back to the store. You a bottle to the store ass nigga, not because you like to recycle, but because you need 10 cents, nigga. Always complaining about the big, beautiful bill. Oh my God, rich people are getting more. Get you some riches then, nigga. What you talking about? Become a part of the crew.
Yeah, we got what we need from this. We got what we need from this. But I'll say this. Based on the way the economy is set up, somebody let me know. Somebody that's smarter than me in the chat. Based on the way that the United States economy is set up, is it possible for 50% of the population to be millionaires at the same time? Is it even possible? Let's ask ChatGPT. Let's ask ChatGPT, chat. Let's see if it's even possible. Hey, Shorty.
Hey, Classic. What's up? How can I help you today?
With the way the economy is structured in the United States of America today, is it at all possible for 50% or more of the population to be millionaires simultaneously?
That's a pretty intriguing thought experiment. In the current economic structure, it's extremely unlikely for over half the population to be millionaires at the same time. The main reason is that wealth is relative and often concentrated. For a large percentage of people to be millionaires, the overall wealth would have to be drastically higher and the distribution would have to be much more even. Right now, a small percentage holds a large portion of the wealth. So while it's a cool idea, it's not really feasible under the current system.
Thank you, Shorty. I appreciate you.
You're always welcome, Classic. If you've got any more brain teasers or anything else on your mind, just let me know.
All right. Y'all heard that, chat? Were y'all able to hear that, chat? It's not fucking possible. Let me say it for you in case y'all didn't hear Shorty tell y'all from my chat GPT. It's not fucking possible. So when the rich people be like, man, shut up complaining, just go get you some money, join the crew. It's only a couple spots on the team. Stop talking to all these average Americans that's out here busting their ass right now. Somebody on a construction site that been out there since early this morning, and they ain't gonna get off until the sun go down, and they've been sweating bullets and sweating bricks, and all they had was a fucking peanut butter and jelly for sandwich for lunch, and they gotta go home to a complaining ass woman and 3-4 kids. Stop talking crazy about him. He trying his fucking best. This shit by design. I said I wasn't gonna crash out. Well, I guess I lied.
Natural born crash dummy. And he go crash out.
This shit not possible. Y'all talking like it's feasible. Oh, if everybody, each one teach one, we can all can't get this money. Not even, I didn't ask ChatGPT, can 80% of us get rich? Can 90% of, I said 50% or more, just half. And I ain't even asked about getting rich. I just said be a millionaire. That means just be worth over a M. And the shit said no, essentially. So just join the club. Just come on with it. Shit not set up like that. Can you as an individual infiltrate the 5% as far as income? Yes, you can. I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. But the second too many people get a hold of the jug, inflation gonna go up. Just like y'all keep asking for reparations. Oh, I want reparations. Black folks need reparations. Understand, if they cut all niggas a check for fucking $800,000 a piece, no tax, right? Let's say they just give reparations out. All people who could be proven to be descendants of slaves, we gonna cut y'all all a check for $800,000, and you don't have to pay tax. It's not taxable. You get all $800,000, each one of y'all. It ain't even per household, nigga. We gonna send you a check, your sister a check, your brother a check, your mama a check, your daddy a check. If they sent out all them checks, the 800,000 would be the equivalent of motherfucking 70K by the morning, because they're going to inflate everything. Soon as they give you the bread, they're going to raise the price of everything. And so that little 800 you got ain't even worth 800 no more. That ain't even setting you up like that no more. They'll inflate that bread away. Understand that. So it's not, this shit don't even work like that. Cortez said information availability and the knowledge of its use is what caused wealth disparity. Absolutely. Ye said, no, it's not possible. he knew early, but we had to go get the facts. Cortez said, yeah, he could move into his parents' house. How many of us cannot do that? I know I can't. He's just a rich, bitter person from the way it seems. Anton a cool dude in a lot of ways, but sometimes he be off the rails, and I don't agree with anybody I react to 100% of the time. I think I disagreed a little bit with River today. I mean, it's just natural, but yeah, he said it's not possible. No, it's not possible. But sometimes people just be fuck talking out of both sides of your neck. Sometimes people just be talking out their ass. I know so many men that have worked 3 and 4 jobs to put it together. And then, like, your rich ass say, well, that's just because them niggas don't know this or don't know that. You don't know their stories. People have incredible stories out here. You see what I'm saying? So you just gotta relax a little bit before you start tweaking like that. Anton tweaked today. He definitely did. The peak is narrow. Everyone can't stand on it. That's a fact. You just said a word, boy.
Classic.
Say that. The peak is narrow. Everybody can't stand on it. You just said a word, bro. But back to the point of this, the work-life balance, I think men need to go back to having less of it. Make less time for the things that make you feel warm and fuzzy until you've created a level of stability and comfort for yourself that is unmatched and that meets your personal standards for your lifestyle and the way you want to build things, and go from there. Ye said everybody rich ain't millions. That's what niggas don't understand. Everybody don't have the same desires at all. I'm with you. Everybody don't even have the same desires. You understand? Like, it's people who could hit the lottery today and get 20 million after tax and stay in America, and within 10, 15 years, they be to smoke the whole 20 million. I promise y'all this, chat. If I got 20 million after tax today, I would never work for another corporation again so long as I live. And you can inflate whatever you want. That 20 million will last me until my pulse stops. That 20 million will last me until my pulse stops, and I will have leftover. I'm a minimalist. I don't care. I don't need a G-Wagon. I don't need the Porsche truck. I don't need the Tesla S. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care what European person put their fucking logo on my shirt. I don't care about none of that shit. I have $20 million, have on a black tee from the beauty supply store, don't even wear a watch at all, wear sweats every day, and be chilling. Y'all care about the stupidest shit. That's why a lot of people in the country struggle. It's not because they don't want no money or this. It's because they're taught capitalism. It is brainwashed into you to wake up every day and think about all the shit you don't have and to just consume until you can't fucking consume no more. It's 4:44 p.m. Shout out to 444. Yes, Lord, the numerology is heavy with me. Ye said some niggas don't need a certain amount of money. Facts, they'll hurt themselves. Classic. You know how many people got rich and died shortly after? He said, "No, I'm getting my AMG. Fuck what you talking about. You definitely gonna see unlimited sick around this bitch. No, go crazy. Go get your AMG. So the sooner you get the AMG and spend the bread on it, and you realize all the shit that you didn't get out of it that you thought you was gonna get out of it, you be pissed off that you spent the money." Cortez Branch, most of the time the journey is better than the destination. I don't know about that, champ. Classic. I don't know about that. Depending on which destination you talking about getting to. I'm with you though, but it just depends. I think it depends. It's get rich, but don't forget to live. Get comfortable? Everybody's so focused on rich. Get comfortable. Classic. Just get comfortable. I think the true wealth is having enough money to be comfortable and handle your emergencies as they come, and maybe even be able to be a benefit to someone else who may need some relief in some situations, and also having enough time to enjoy the life that you have. That's the perfect balance. You have comfort in your finances and time to live your life. That's the balance. If you have no time and all the money, then at that point, you working as life. Life is work for you. Ain't no living life. Life is work at that point. So if you're not miserable operating like that, then so be it. That's your decision. That's how you want to get down. That's how you want to move. It's your time to play with. It is what it is. Ye said, I'm enjoying my journey right now. Not going to lie. As you
Classic.
should. Only thing we got is today. But yeah, that's it on that reaction video. Some things I agree with wholeheartedly. Some things I disagree with wholeheartedly. But that's what makes for great conversation. Shout out to Anton Daniels and the Millionaire Morning Show. Yes, Lord. All right, y'all. We had 2 hours and 20 minutes, man. We had 2 hours and 20 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I'm going to save my code language conversation for tomorrow. It is a good one. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. We just going to open up the chat Q&A. Anybody got anything they want to discuss at all? If anybody want to come up and speak on something real quick, now is the time. I'm going to drop the link. Do what you got to do before the song is over. Let's get it.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. And the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the fringe.
Talk to me, chat. What we doing?
I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree. Yeah, I'm out here planting seeds, cause I got a lot to leave. I be putting in long miles. I ain't gotta stop to breathe. I be putting in long hours. I ain't gotta stop to sleep. Yeah, I put in that time, put in work. I'm a different breed. My work ethic marine. Mama mentality, shout out to Bean. Coach life sweat, 6 society T. I'm in the gym working out clean. Bag work, 5 punch combinations, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. Boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different.
Yes, Lord. All right, chat. Cortez said, if you're blessed enough to be comfortable, then you're rich. I agree. I think I think that people should be more comfortable in different circumstances. Capitalism is what has people thinking that they're not rich or that they're not wealthy because y'all equate wealth and riches to finances. I actually equate wealth and riches to health of myself and those that I care about. The more days I can get on earth, being able to call both my parents, shout out to my pops. I just talked to him earlier today for a good minute. Shout out to my pops. Need to call my mom too. But yeah, the more days I could reach out and talk to my parents, reach out and talk to my cousins, reach out and just tap in with the people that I care about the most, that's wealth. That's the real true wealth and riches. Souls of Thought said, what is your vision for 2026? Let's bring up my dog Cortez to answer the chat Q&A. What up, bro?
It's cracking, man.
Oh, man, you know me, just wrapping up the stream, giving y'all another 7 minutes. We're going to end it at 2 hours and a half on the dot. Yeah, man, what you think about the stream today?
Stream was great. What are you talking about today?
Gratitude.
Great every day. Great every day.
Gratitude. Yeah. I'm trying not to miss, bro. I'm trying not to miss. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we doing what we can. But Souls of Thought presented a question. He said, what's your vision for 2026?
Want me to go?
Yeah, you can go first. I
mean, my vision for 2026 is just, continue on my path. Like, if God blesses me enough to continue on my path to get where I need to go, then I'll start worrying about the rest of that later on. I know my steps are ordered. Yes, that takes a lot of work from me, but I mean, everybody don't know me. All I do is grind and try to enjoy my life. Like, I take time out of my day, first in the morning. Instead of worrying about what I don't have, I give thanks to the Most High. That's not for everybody. I understand that. But I also don't, as my belief is that I didn't make myself. So if I didn't make myself, I believe the Most High made me, and I got to give great, thanks for having air in my lungs, and I can use both my legs and use my arms and all of that. I got to be able to do that first, and then I move on with my day and say, what's my plan for the day? I move on with that. What's my plan for the week? Then what's my plan for the month? I'm looking at, getting a new crib, which is going to be nice. I got everything else that I need, for the most part. Everything, within my power to make what I want. You know what I mean? It's within my power to make what I want. So I'm not necessarily wasting my prayers on that. It's more so my prayers are to keep my people in my circle safe, keep myself healthy, to get healthier. Right now I'm not drinking nothing but water, which has been brutal on me because I like flavored drinks and carbonation and all that fun stuff. But I told myself it was time to take a break. I'm not saying I'm done. I'm just saying that I'm taking a long break. So it's been me and this damn water bottle, as you have seen for the last couple of weeks.
I see that. I see that.
Me and my water bottle. That's my best friend right now. No offense.
Classic.
It's like, no offense. That's my best friend. It's my water bottle. It's with me everywhere I go. I treat that like I treat the, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So your vision is just to stay on your current path. You like your trajectory where it's at, so you just gonna keep climbing.
This journey is great. Like what I meant in the chat earlier is like the destination is I definitely want to get to the spot where I could, kick my feet up and chill. But a lot of times in life, like that journey that you go on, that journey teaches you everything that you need to stay at the top when you get there. Like you said, people who win the lottery and lose all of that money within a year, or they're dead within 6 months of having all this extra money, is because they didn't go through the journey to learn all the skills. They didn't know the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows. They don't know how to read the markets. They don't know what's a bad investment or a good investment. They didn't realize that they didn't crack the code on who's using you and who's not using you, who you need around, who you don't need around. They didn't crack those codes. They didn't crack those codes, class. They didn't do it. So they skipped from the back of the line to the front of the line, and it really what caused their calamity is because they don't have any of the skills that you pick up on the way. So wake up and get you some money. That's a very nice tagline. But what is the plan to get the money? What is the grind? What is the mentality that you have to have? You can't just wake up and say, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Yeah, I'm sure you want to be. But you have the discipline to not spend it all in one place. Do you have the discipline to not go blow it on strippers or whatever vice that you have? I've literally seen people get tons of money and then blow it on their vice, and then they back broke again. And then I've had people that I have known become millionaires, and now they're asking me for money.
It be like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you tapping in, bro. Yep. But I would say in closing, shout out to Cortez for tapping in. I would say in closing, I know he at work, but I would say in closing, my vision for 2026 is just to keep running up this content creation shit. I already got a lot of other things that I want to sustain in place already. You know what I mean? So a lot of it for me is just making this particular goal come to fruition. And this would be damn near the last step on my little 3-step process. It's so much business that you can do around this, that building this opens up a bevy of shit beyond what I can even see. And I already have a lot of great ideas, but having this all the way on point, like the content creation space, having my Rumble already, they monetize you off rip. Getting my TikTok, getting my Twitch monetized, getting my TikTok monetized, and having my YouTube monetized, those 4 platforms all being monetized, that would probably be my largest goal for 2026 is full monetization across those 4 platforms. I think from there, it like I said, it becomes a situation where I fuck around and start touching more bread than I even desire in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It could very easily happen. So I don't want to say easily because y'all see all the work I'm putting in every single day, but it can happen that way. It's a with this game right here, as my boy Reza Islam would say, this is digital real estate. You know what I'm saying? And so all these videos y'all see me put out, that's like making purchases in the stock market or making small purchases of land or plots of land. Like this shit gonna continue to pay over and over and over and over, and then
residual
over and over
income.
And over. Yeah,
residual
so
income.
It's
the
like
new way to do it.
Yeah, so I would say for 2026, it's just not to miss the boat. AI is the wave, technology is the wave. A lot of jobs gonna get taken away from humans. And so if you're not already on this type of time, and by this type of time, I mean finding ways to make money on your tablet, make money on your phone, make money on your computer. If you're not figuring that part out, you're gonna become a dinosaur. And so I would say in 2026, that's the main vision. Or goal, I should say. Some of the logistics around that I'm not gonna share because you never know who could prey on your downfall in the background, but just being monetized across them 4 platforms completely and fully, I think that's gonna have me set up in a way.
I would say right now, like during the pandemic,
what I can imagine. Yeah,
during the pandemic, like that was probably like a lot for a lot of people. It was a low point because a lot of us couldn't work every day. They had reduced schedules for everybody at every job, and I took up streaming as a way to just have a good time and to occupy my time. I didn't take up streaming because I had a goal, but once I started seeing money coming in, and I have a couple hundred people in a stream, it was life changing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was able to pull together what I was making at work off a couple hours of streaming per day, but also having a good time while I'm doing it, and having a following, having people come in and make conversation, and then having new stuff to talk about every day. I mean, you light years ahead of what we were doing 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Light years ahead of that. And so obviously it's a lot more saturated than it was back then. And people are a little bit more stingy with, the little, at whatever little token that they're giving people these days. But if you're able to monetize, 1, your opinions, and 2, actually spread some real knowledge around, which is, I think, is what you do in Classic, then I think that's a great goal to have. Like you said, that was something that I didn't even know. I didn't know Rumble monetized you right away. I would have been streaming on Rumble.
Yeah, I'm up. Yeah, Rumble already got the earnings pulled up. They say, man, what you want to make today? And then the best part about it is all these hundreds of videos I just did, I can go upload them shits on Rumble. And I'm finna progress it. Yeah, it's already. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like when you see how there's no ceiling to this shit, I'm all in. I know like Ye, he just said drop some music, which like y'all understand, like I stopped telling people. You see how like since I've been streaming, I don't even tell y'all that I'm an artist, but y'all just know. You see what I'm saying? Like I just am that. I don't have to try to be that. I don't have to announce it no more. I'm not selling it. Hey, I rap. I do. No. This what I'm on. You just know I do music because you just know I don't have to say nothing.
Wait till they find out where the music came from for this show.
It's me. That's all. So, yeah, but Ye, no, he sponsored one of my last events. So he said, "Come on, Classic, keep Rumble on the hush." Hey, listen, man, they can't stop what we got going on. They can't stop what we got going on.
I didn't even know about Rumble. I'm usually up on that type of stuff.
Hey, listen, I just got put on. I got put on. And now I'm on. You feel me?
I'm on Rumble already, so I might as well be doing something on there.
Yeah. Well, listen. What we just discussed? The wealth gap. What's the difference? Information and application.
I had this conversation the other day. I know I'm not trying to make you run over, so I'll be quick. I had this conversation the other day with my homie about because you know my cowboy ass. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you not understand that all of these skills that we got to learn being on the farm when I was young and everything, and going back down there and spending the whole summer there did not translate to coming back and living in the city. I'm not gonna tell you where I lived at in the city, but we lived in the city of Chicago. My grandparents lived there forever. When they moved up, and my mama lived there her whole life, and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I got lucky. We moved to the burbs, and I got to experience a whole other side of life. But all of them practical tools that I learned as a young person did not apply in the city. And like, if I was to tell people about those things, they'd be like, "You crazy? What you mean, concrete cowboy?" I'm like, I get to mix both. And it's actually great. Imagine what all these farmers in Montana building houses on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they do on YouTube, and they get millions of views. Now they're making even more money, but they have practical skills too. Like practical skill use and availability for information. Even the suburban schools ain't teaching that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Souls just said something important. We have to build more collectives. You're right. I think a lot of issues though, like, and that's one thing I'm never gonna be a part of is like a collective that falls apart. Most of these podcasting and content creation collectives, they end up falling apart, and generally they fall apart when the money get big enough, right? When they start getting the ad deals, like okay, Spotify come to you and say, hey, I like what y'all doing. We got a check for 30 million for y'all, you know, woo, and somebody in, you know, 3 people in the group want it, 2 people like, nah, we could get something better, or let's keep our rights, or let's keep our own, you know, somebody thinking long-term business, somebody thinking 30 million on the table, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually it all falls apart. And so that's something I'm never going to be a part of. I'm never going to let greed get in the way or finesse me out of my position. I think it, like with what me and Souls have thought, Uncle Plug, Soft Rain, like all the collective collaboration, what you doing, Cortez, you getting on the channel, like all of that, the men's minute panels, all of that stuff. I'm never gonna get us in a situation where like the money being involved with the collaboration ruins the collaboration. But yeah, we do need more collectives, but we need them to stay together too.
It's got to be about your it's got to be about your soul first. You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but it's got to be about your soul first. I said earlier in one of the comments we skipped over that you cannot sell your village for coin. You cannot. If you sell your village for coin, then you will sell out anything and everything, and you will also do anything and everything. Next thing you know, you're in a scandal. So we can't really condone that or be a part of it. You know.
Yeah. Let me catch up on these comments real quick because I missed a few earlier. Jay Zilla said, too much stuff you ain't got in your system. The book on that code is on its way. No worries, Cortez. Yeah, facts. Jay Zilla said that stuff make the artificial seem so real. He said you don't want to come back here, Cortez. The artificial flavor wall is the translucent curtain. That's some poetic shit.
It is. I like that. I like that.
And then a soul said we doing so much individual work which spreads the society thin. That's a fact too. Fact. Jay Zilla said a few bad stops will turn a short circle into bad directions. Look the other way. No offenses to anyone. Read and get ready. Live party. I feel that. But yeah, man. So, but yeah, the 2026, I think just like you said, kind of like what you said, stay focused on the trajectory that I'm already on and just see everything through. That's the biggest thing. Sometimes we get started on a mission. Halfway through the mission, motherfuckers abort mission. Now I'm all in. I'm in, bro. My chips is pushed in on the table, bro.
You know, he brought up the Bible, right? And one of the things that it says is like you got to be faithful in little so you can be faithful in much. And if you're not faithful in little, you're never gonna be faithful in much. Like I know, like, you know, even if I didn't know you personally, I can tell you the type of person that like something small happens, it's the best day ever. Something big happens, this is also the best day ever. Something in between happens, I just maintained. I got to go to sleep with no pain. It's the best day ever. You really got to understand that. Like, all we really got is today. Yeah, we can make plans for the future all we want to. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, let that unlucky bus be catching us when we crossing the street and all those plans out the window. How many? What do they say? How many dreams died in the cemetery? You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to be grateful for where you at. A lot of that is part of the journey. I guarantee you, if you and others and the other people that are supporting, and we all continue on the trajectory that we've been on for these years, and we don't deviate from that any further, you know, you stay with the plan and you continually elevate the plan, you get more knowledge, and you implicate that knowledge, you're going to be so happy by the time you get where you're going to go that you're going to be like, you know what, this is great. All of that was great, though. All of it was great. And then you have way more to talk about. Like, if you got rich tomorrow, I'm not saying that you wouldn't have a lot to talk about, but the average person that's on here doing what we do, like, their whole channels will fall apart if they got a deal tomorrow.
Yeah,
their whole channel will fall apart, or because their hunger is gone now. It doesn't matter how much money I have or how much money you have. The hunger is never going to be gone. And I'm not talking about just for the money, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. When I started, I didn't make a dime, and I'm sure you didn't either.
No, bro. You got to realize, bro, I started off from scratch doing music. You know how much artists make for the first fucking 10 years of their career? Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. You spin. Yeah. You don't even, you lose.
You got to pay to be in a concert. To do a concert, you got to pay to do it.
Yeah, I changed that model quick, though. I got off that fast. I did showcases for like 2 years. I'm like, this shit ain't paying. And I'm selling, and I start seeing how many tickets I'm actually selling to be a part of these events. I'm like, man, I just need a venue. I could sell these same tickets and just have everybody pull up just to see me.
Once you would get the money.
Man, once I cracked that code, nigga, you couldn't stop me, bro. Y'all, I know people from around the way was getting sick of seeing flyers. He got another show. Yeah. Yes.
I met a dude that
crashing out.
performed at the House of Blues. Like this is way back in like 2016, and we went to go see Lupe Fiasco. That's the only person I'm gonna name drop in this one. Sorry, y'all. Souls beat me today, but yeah, I talked to dude that was there, and he was from Illinois too, and he was performing, and the crowd wasn't rocking with him. And so afterwards, I told him when I saw him out, because he was out mingling with the people after the show, and I was like, "Hey man, I enjoyed your set." And he was like, "You did?" It seemed like everybody was just wanting me to get off the stage so Lupe could get on there. I'm like, "Oh yeah, we definitely wanted you to get off the stage so Lupe could get on there." I'm like, "But I enjoy hearing what you had to do. I came to hear everything. Like I paid for a ticket. I want to hear every artist that's gonna be on there."
Yeah.
You know? And he was like, "Well, I appreciate that." He's like, "What's your IG? I'm gonna follow you." He's blown up, but you gotta understand, that was 9 years ago. And he's just now getting there. You know what I'm saying? And yes, they did boo him because he wasn't bad, but they booed him because they wanted to see Lupe.
Nah, I ain't never had that shit before.
I'm glad. I mean,
You was
better than him. You was better.
Yeah, I know.
Off stream. I know you know him. So I'll tell you who it was off stream. I know you know him.
I ain't never had. Yeah, I do. Souls of Thought said, "Chat Q&A is the most vital part of the show. How can we help each other not knowing their vision and direction?" That's a fact.
Right.
And then he said, "Start being more active." 333 for sure. Tristan, what up, broski? 333. What up, my dog?
Classic.
But yeah, man. I appreciate you tapping in for the Q&A portion of the show, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one. We pushing on 3 hours today. I ain't even know I was gonna do all that, but it is what
I
it
didn't
is.
know I was gonna be on here today. Shoot, that's all I'm saying.
Hey, have to get ready, bro.
Yep.
All right, Chaz. All right, chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the notifications, subscribe to the channel, do all the stuff that's completely free. If you've already done that, let some friends know about the channel, share it to your page. Just, do whatever you can to push us forward. But if you don't do anything else, I got one more request for you. Stick to the codes. We got another classic.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters, we're left in the cold. Harden my heart and I harden the flow. They don't